Oh, wow. That clicked on quick, didn't it? Wow. Unbelievable. I have all of this set up correctly, don't I? I'm suddenly worried that I don't. Yeah, no, I think it should be fine. Hello, guys. Welcome, welcome. Sorry about the long intro there. So this is going to be a weird stream. The idea here is... Oh, man. I swear, since I started playing Final Fantasy, the camera in Guild Wars really weirds me out. It just doesn't quite land. I don't know what it is that I don't like about it. I think it's the... I think I have the vertical position too low. I think that's what it is. There you go. Maybe that feels a bit better. It's the tilt, maybe? I'm not sure what it is. I'm really not sure what it is. Yeah, so, welcome, guys. A few things here. I'm messing with chat commands and stuff. And hopefully that's all good. But basically, you remember the inventory cleaning stream where we cleaned Liss's inventory? I gotta re-clean it again now, actually. So I guess we sell some of this stuff. Well, I kind of want to do that for my whole account here. I kind of want to prep, like properly prep for End of Dragons. Because I keep having this thing where I want to play Guild Wars, I want to jump in, but everything feels vaguely like a mess, or like I don't really have a sense of what I'm doing in game and so on. So, what I want to do is kind of identify my 9 major characters, the builds that I want them on. Jesus Christ, the extra life community goals? I don't even know what I did for these. And then what I want to do is you basically just have the account real clean and take stock of what's going on. Because we've got a whole expansion coming up now. And I really like this feeling of having Liz clean. I know she doesn't look too clean here. Because we've got all these... I mean, literally, I'm hardly playing at the moment. And every time I log in, there's just all these boxes. Just look at all this insanity that they just flood at you. Alright, okay, so... Even more. There we go. So we can deposit all of those. Right, so yeah, that's kind of what I want to do here. We obviously did the mysteries video yesterday. I think that was yesterday, right? I did a video about Echovald Forest as well. And all the news that came out of that. And I actually have my Final Fantasy versus Guild Wars Part 2 ready to go as well. That's an episode of The Floor. But I'm not posting it yet because I don't know whether it's because I'm putting the videos up in the middle of the night or whatever. I don't know whether it's because I've had too many like blotches this year where my YouTube rate has gone down in terms of how regularly I put up videos. But it feels like I can't... I feel like it used to be that if I just posted videos, you know, people would eat them up. But I think I've kind of gone over. I've gone too much at the moment. And maybe the people that are watching are sort of used to being more hands-off. So now there's just too much to watch. So anyway, I've been sitting there refreshing comments over and over and over again, and you know, just not getting the discussion that I wanted or whatever. So I figured, hey, since I'm going to do this cleaning up, why not stream at the same time? And you know, basically, here, let's cut to chase here. You guys are keeping me company while I do some boring stuff in game. Is basically the idea. So we can have some Q&A, a little bit of back and forth, and hopefully that feels good, right? So the first thing I'm going to do here is get crafting, because the first thing I've tried to do is hit deposit, and this wood isn't depositing wherever it is. So I clearly have too much softwood, so I'm going to tier that all up now. And while I'm at it, I'll refine whatever else as well that I can. There's a post on the Guild Wars 2 sub at the moment reminding people to get charged quartz each day as well. So we might like to do that. In fact, should we get our home instance? I haven't done it for a long time. Someone pick a city for my home instance. Any city you like, I don't mind. Yeah, this is kind of like spring cleaning, except it's 6 months after when you'd normally be spring cleaning. And what I really need to do is I need to spring clean IRL at the moment. I've got my landlord coming, and I've got to sort out. The Grove, Divinity's Reach. Grove, AWP, usually do whether the daily gatherer quest is. Okay, I like that idea, since you guys are all over the place for this. It says Maguma, so people were voting Grove. You know, honestly, I don't really do the Grove much. Why are you guys all saying Grove here? I find it so like tricky to know where all the shit is in the Grove because it's just spread out all over the place. And look, I'm not usually one for, you know, being mad that it's not optimal enough or blah blah blah. But my God, why do my frames feel so low again? Is it quality, model quality at highest? I don't think it is. I've just got absolutely bombed frames. It's not like there's a million players here. Let's go elsewhere. So yeah, I'm not usually a person who obsessed over efficiency or whatever, but I always avoid this place. I don't know. Let's see how our frames are when we're in the instance. Yeah, Ratasum I would assume is quite efficient. 30 frames. Is this OBS? Have I messed up OBS in some way? Maybe what I should do is close a bunch of tabs, because I do have about 1 million tabs open here. So hold on. I'm going to mute everything here, because as I close these tabs, I don't know what random videos are going to start auto-playing and so on. So just give me a second here. You guys would be disgusted at how many tabs I have open. They're all like random guides and stuff. That's my spreadsheet, my Google Drive. Guys, have you ever heard of the game Days Gone? Here I'm closing a tab on Steam for Days Gone. I met my mum the other day, and she said she's playing Days Gone. It blew my mind. Reddit thread. What is the biggest waste of money? Guild Wars Wiki on the Echovald Wilds. Specialization pages. What single scene ruined a franchise? GitHub page. Another Reddit thread. A wiki thread. Okay, so I'll close those down. I don't know what I've done here. Why are my frames just exploding? CPU utilization is really high. Do I have the DirectX beta on? Alright, well, hold on. Let's try something here. If I go to this chatting page. Let's see if this works. Yeah, it did work. Okay, I'm going to relaunch the game and put the DirectX beta on. And see what comes up. Yeah, it definitely does crash, yeah. I've heard a lot of people talking about that. But my frames are really, really, really low. I'm wondering if it's that I set up my OBS settings like really poorly or something. Which wouldn't be ideal. But they shouldn't be any different to how they normally are. It should be all exactly the same as it ever is. Because, okay, so the other thing that's kind of going on with me at the moment is Shadowplay is breaking on me a lot again. Like, it keeps picking the wrong monitor. And it's just, like, so stressful and annoying to want to record something. And you don't know if it's even going to be on the right goddamn screen in the end. It's just frustrating. Like, so frustrating. So I've just started looking into recording via OBS again. For, like, YouTube footage. And I think that's fine. But it means that I am playing with a bunch of different stuff. Alright, so Guild Wars is booting. We'll get back in 1 second here. Loading in. Alright, let's swap back over. There we go. There's the familiar black screen that I was expecting. Okay. Now we can turn this on. You serious? Is it this software that I'm running? A chat overlay thing? No, we're still only at 30. Do I have anything running in the background? No. I can't do the whole stream on just 30 frames. Alright, well, whatever. Some of you guys are going to look at this and think, wow, what's the big deal? So let's just gather some of this and see what ends up happening. Ugh. Jesus. It's not like a VSync thing, is it? I'm not frame limiting. Let's see it. Let's open the control panel. Is that only in the Grove? Well, this is where I first detected it, yeah. My monitors are set up fine. Well, let's go to my classic high frame rate spot. Like, I did a video just the other day on this PC, getting 300 FPS. Actually, closer to 400, like 450-ish was the highest I spiked at with that video I did. That was before the DirectX beta. Oh, look at that! No. Well, we're still only sticking at 60. No, there you go. It is going up a bit. 98. Well, it is the Grove. What's going on with the Grove? It's definitely a Grove thing. It's because I got ultra shadows on instead of low, which is my recommendation. Wow. That's quite bizarre to me. All right, let's go back then. All right, I know it's not my PC now, so I don't mind. I don't mind as long as it's just like one weird outlier map. Maybe there's an infusion spammer in there. I've never experienced that as like a low frame rate map ever. I was just talking about how often I dodge it and avoid it. Oh, look at that. Maybe it's just the combo of ultra shadows in the grove is just brutal for the client's optimization. All right. We all know that ultra shadows are not worth it in general. It's not just that, but it's reflections as well. But I already have reflections off. All right, so let's get gathering here. So I'm wondering about my glyphs and everything. I want to set everything up. I want to feel good and clean and prepped and just like, you know. The problem my account's got, which we'll get to in a second, but the big problem I've got with Guild Wars at the moment is I have so many characters, and I don't delete them because I kind of want the birthday gifts. And what would I use the character slots for anyway? But what it means is I've just got like, I don't know, everything just generally feels really messy. And I just can't get over that a lot of the time because the way that you browse characters in this game feels messy, you know? It's like, I can't, like for example, I've got a bunch of Let's Play characters who I'm not going to play until the Let's Play comes back, like Christ knows when. So I've got LP characters that are just kind of sitting there. I've got, you know, a bunch of characters I would PvP on, but then who cares about that? I've got like my 9 main characters. But then I've got other weird characters, like I was somewhat thinking about playing a human female Ellie instead of Liz, getting a whole new Elementalist that I can play Fashion Wars on in a more fun way. And I've kind of, so they're just sort of sitting around, and it's like, well, what do I want to do with them as well? So, and it's like, I feel weird deleting them, but we might see some character deaths here. You might see I actually just straight up delete some. I've got like 3 Guardians, I think, all vying for that PvE position, and I don't really know who I want to pick. I might actually like write a list as well of like what items I want on what characters. I definitely should be working on medium and heavy legendary armor, I can tell you that. In fact, I'll get some provisioner tokens. If someone reminds me, I'll get some even here today. I really feel like I should be working on that. In a way, I kind of want to just come back to doing Guild Wars 2 raid streams, just so that I've got that going on, you know. That's you with Mesmer. You only have light? Yeah, I only have light. I have the chest piece for both medium and heavy. And I've also got like, there's another piece I've got, I think. It's like medium legs or something. See, I'm in a weird place with my account though, because I have precursor armor on all of them as well. I have all my precursor stuff for World vs. World, but it's light. And I have all of the precursor for everything in PvP, but I spend all the currency on mini llamas, right? I think at this point, if I got back into PvP, I could actually start earning legendary gear out of it, which is a thought. What even is going on at the moment? Is it a full-blown season? No, it's a mid-season. So, what's up for grabs? 75, 25, 25. Wait, you can go all the way to Byzantium. Oh, no, it is a full season. It is a full season. Ends on December 7th. I could easily grind that out in time. But I don't know. How does that line up for PvP? Do you get a legendary piece for each season? Or do you get... Well, I don't actually know how that works. But, I mean, I have so many items. But just the way that I've gone for every unlock in the game and the way it's all ended up working out is just kind of... In a weird way, it's like held me back. Because the one thing I don't care much about, I love raiding and I love like puzzle solving and I love playing with lots of people and I love, you know, having epic battles that are actually challenging. That stuff's all fantastic to me. What I don't like is grinding bullshit that I've solved already, you know. Get a static or a semi-static, solve it all, beat it, and then you're like 2 months in grinding the same thing and people are getting worse at the game and they're struggling or whatever. It's just like, it's like pulling teeth to me. Like, the idea of raiding, static raiding, is just the most mind-blowingly boring waste of time I can imagine. And as I've grown older, I've realised that is just so not up my alley. So yeah, I don't have the raid currencies for a second or third set of PvE. Everything else I'm fine with. I'm happy to grind in World vs. World and PvP, because they're actually dynamic and different and interesting. Raiding is just like, okay, you've solved it. And now if you fail, it just feels bad to me. It's like, I don't know. And also, it's like relying on other people It just generally doesn't feel good. Speaking of charge quartz, maybe we can do this now. There we go. That's the same. That's going to be the same for me probably in Final Fantasy as well, guys. Like, I'm happy to prog a thing and learn a thing, but once I've beaten it, the idea of going back to it over and over and over ad nauseum is not so interesting to me. Get a static that doesn't care as much. Oh, hang on. Get a static that doesn't care as much and focus on having fun instead. Well, no, that's the thing. That's usually how I play, but then it's just... Like, I always remember Wing 5. I remember really struggling on Desmina. Finally beating Desmina. And, like, for our next 3 weeks, Desmina was fine. We just beat her, we went on, and we got to spend most of our time at Doom or whatever, and, you know, clearing the wing. And then I remember we just couldn't... We started playing again. We just couldn't beat Desmina. And it was, like, just grinding for, like, 4 or 5 hours on a fight that you have... You've learned everything there is to know about the fight, but the comp isn't working, and people don't have the classes to swap to, or the builds available, or, you know, or whatever it is. You're just failing and failing, and it's just agony. Like, and that's just, like, one example. But I've had that several times with raids, and I just can't be bothered with it anymore, you know? So anyway, that's really why I don't... You know, I do love the content, I really do, but I just don't care about grinding the content. And I also have this weird thing where I don't really like pure pugging either. So I've got you know, the friends I hang out in Discord, they don't care about Guild Wars 2 or raiding in Guild Wars 2 at this point. So I'm just sort of shit out of luck, really. It's like, I could stream it and do it in the capacity of Wood and Potatoes and Spud. And that's about it. But then when I'm streaming, I'm doing other projects. So. But I mean, you know, what was it? Like 3 months ago we did that VG stream? I mean, I'd love to go back. It could be cool. It could be a nice little thing. Like a little mini Zero to Hero as we move into End of Dragons. I'm kind of flailing about crazily at the moment, making all kinds of different videos. This one's lore inclined. This one's a tier list. This one's going to be a build video. This one, you know, I'm just trying to figure out, well, like, what the fuck are people going to watch, you know? That's what I'm trying to figure out. So I'll happily flail into that. Another Zero to Hero project. Building legendary armor before the X-Pack comes out. That might be fun. That might be something we actually think about once we, conclude this. Like the Winds of Change idea there, which I was happy to sort of put on the back burner after realizing basically no one's going to watch it. I mean, the fact is with Winds of Change, guys, I've already done it, do you know what I mean? And yeah, it was a long time ago, and yeah, I kind of want the refresher too, but if it's going to be a series that is a bit trickier to produce than I thought it was going to be, I mean, maybe I'll just make it a pure stream project. We could beat it in a stream, in a day. Maybe I should just do it that way, just take all the complication out of it. So, by the way, what you're looking at here is why I really don't like the Grove. I mean, come on. I'm just, like, looking at the minimap right now, like, okay, so... Is there a vein under me somewhere? I don't think so. Maybe up, though? I think there is some stuff, like, high up. I mean, it's cool and it's immersive, and I appreciate all those qualities for it. But when it comes to, like, a daily grind spot... You're all saying the Grove. I hope you're getting a kick out of this, guys. Here you go, here's my little garden. Which, you know, this is a perfect example to me of features that I've forgotten how they work. Like, newer stuff with Guild Wars, where, like, I used to retain information a lot better. These days, I swear, my coverage drops a bit because, like, I don't have this committed to memory. I really can't remember how to do the gardening. I don't even know what's, like, necessarily a profitable thing to do with that right now. Maybe I should do that as a new player guide. New player's gardening guide. Yeah, and I did a new player's what class to pick guide as well, which I thought was full of good information, but didn't really spark off in any way. I don't think people were really that interested in it, so I don't know. All right, okay, so we've gathered all that. Let's go refine some stuff now. Onions and garlic are the best thing. The Guild Wars 1 audio fix is a maze to install. Yeah, the guide is really bad, isn't it? I had to read it very carefully. There's a really badly written bit in the middle of the guide on how to do it. But, you know, I can't fault the guy. You know, he's done so much work for it. Yeah, he's written out a pretty rough technical steps to follow through. But, you know, if you've got a bit of knowledge, it's not bad. You just have to be very precise in what you're reading. And you do have to use your brain at a little moment, because he sort of skips an explanation. It's like the location of the INI file, I think it is. there's a little bit that might trip you up when it comes to where to place the iron eye, because he's not exactly clear about where it goes. So I used to come to this guy every day. What was I trading? Perhaps it was amberite? Spirit residue. I don't think I want to do that now. How many have I got? I got 129. How many is it for a set of legendary armor? It's just a gift of craftsmanship for each, right? So I basically have 3 off the bat. So if I'm going for, let's say I already have 2, certainly. Maybe 3. I need 9. I've already got 3 done. So 6 more. Just 50 each. Yeah, okay. Alright. So we'll look at that again a little bit later. I'm happy to see I put a little bit of work into that. Leather worker, that's not what Liz does. Let's go to artificer. Sorry, that's weaponsmith. Hey? Jesus, I feel like I want to be able to zoom in on the minimap a lot more than I actually can. That's the Black Lion Athestician. How would we say there? This how do we say Athestician? That's a horrible word to pronounce. Athestician. Perhaps that's how we say it. Athestician. Tailoring. She's totally a tailor. Alright, there we go. Okay, refine. Right. Sorry, chat. I'm being really bad at responsiveness here. Just give me a second here. Scroll down. We'll do each ectoplasm refinement at the start, I suppose. Man, I got to send you some stuff after hearing a few things you mentioned. Like what, dude? I left a comment on one of your YouTube videos. Check out a World of Warcraft lore YouTuber named Nobble that may give you some inspiration for content. I don't remember reading that message on YouTube. That's a nice idea. The problem is, if I know rightly, he does like structured lore regurgitation. I'm not really interested in that anymore. I don't have the energy. I don't really care about that kind of content. So I don't think I particularly want to do it. At last, the silk straps. Building legendaries before End of Dragons is my project at the moment, WP. Ever since they made the armory, I've been going for all legendaries. Yeah, you know, I found it quite interesting. It was about a year ago, I went for my all legendary project. You know, I ended up putting on my Mesmer, but where every slot is filled with legendary gear. It was about a year ago that I went for that. And it's funny because now, a year later, I want to repeat the process, but this time it's for heavy and medium armor. Now that the legendary armory's in, I really would just like that build craft opened up. You know, and when it comes to the betas and stuff too, it just feels like, you know. So I'm not going to go as far as making the Damask right now. I don't see any point in it. Maybe if I see one of these things hits 2,000, but I doubt it will. New player lore videos about stuff we should know going into Nintendo Dragons will be useful. People are talking about that on Discord a little bit. Here's the thing though, right? This is something that deeply dissatisfies me about this line of work. Before Path of Fire came out, I did a video which was a full timeline recap of the whole game's lore. And not only does nobody ever comments on that video, no one ever clicks on that. That video is pretty fucking good, even right the way up to End of Dragons. What I would rather do is just do, like, continue the story. Just, like, do a part 2, which recaps Season 4 Icebrood Saga. And now here we are, right? That would be quite cool. But it would be like a second part to something that's been completely buried by, like, the algorithm or whatever. And just the nature of what this job is, where you just sling out video after video after video, and even if there's some gems there, they don't shine, they don't rise out or anything. They just sort of get buried. It's like the immersive Icebrood Saga thing that I did. If it doesn't make a splash when it lands, it gets buried, you know. And then of course Dragonstorm landed and kind of killed my enthusiasm for that project anyway. You know, I had that other story project that I was looking at, which was the whole Guild Wars story in one video. And it's just like, they feel so... Yeah, I mean, the Path of Fire one, the Path of Fire timeline one, not only did the entire internet forget about it, I forgot about it. I even forgot I made it. And that really, like, rocks me to a certain degree, because I'm like, well, why... Because I really, really do try with each thing I do, and it's like, why am I bending over backwards, thinking and caring so hard about this stuff when I myself even forget that I have the resources on my channel now, you know? But people talked about it, and the only reason this comes up, and this is ironic because I am bitching and moaning, but the reason I remembered it is because someone did say on Discord, hey, WP did a thing like this leading into Path of Fire. But I was prompted by an ArenaNet blog post. So now I'm like, well, are they going to do a blog post again? If they do a blog post again, I'll go through it. I'll talk about it. I'll do the subject material. But it's just, it's very, I mean, I'm just trying to be very frank with you guys. That sensation of going in circles over and over and over again, the same anecdote, the same fucking lore. I've given you the lore. I've done this for 10 years. It's there. I know it's on like a bunch of different videos all over the place. But it's just, there's something so fruitless, and I just have no energy for it. I just have no energy. And that's kind of how I feel a little bit about the Winds of Change thing as well. It's like, I've done Winds of Change. Now, I did have some real enthusiasm for maybe going back to it, and it's still there to a certain degree. Because, you know, it's kind of a new version, and it is many years for that particular series. But a lot of it are just regurgitating lore, the same fucking story over and over and over and over and over. Because this batch of new players that have a cursory interest in Guild Wars 2, that won't make it longer than a year anyway, might click it. And what am I doing that for? To pander to some fucking algorithm or something? I don't have passion for it. I just don't. So it's like this very draining experience that, you know, probably leads to burnout. And that's the main thing I'm trying to avoid. I'm trying to avoid burnout, you know. As much as I like advice from people, on the other hand, you know, I am a professional that's been doing this for X years, and I've got a bit of a sense of what I want to do at the moment, do you know what I mean? Make a tier list of forgotten projects. Oh, God. Yeah, but a lot of those are so super secret that I wouldn't want you guys to know about. I've got fucking ideas, man. I need to sort out my energy. If I could just magically get a couple more hours in the day and get a bit more energy. Oh. And a lot of what I want to do and ideas I've got that I think would be amazing. They're not even Guild Wars related. They're not even MMO related, some of them. So are you telling us you're finally changing your mind on account-wise achievements? Account-wise achievements? What do you mean? Are you talking about Guild Wars 2 Master? Or are you talking about something else? WP, don't listen to me. I'm a nerd on my couch. Well, no, you know, like, feedback from people's at least worth something, right? Because you know what people are looking for. The truth is, the best feedback I get is, you know, what views come in or whatever. I feel you can relink to the videos. I usually watch everything, but I can't recall having seen the Path of Fire timeline one. Yeah, see, I was thinking about that. I had a comment. Should I read it? It was a drunk guy left a YouTube comment on an old video, like last night. Let me do a search for the word drunk. Where is he? Oh, it's getting a bunch of responses about Bram. Yeah, 7 hours ago. Probably saying this just because I'm on an old video. I'll give you a hint. It's from February. A video that I did in February. March, I think, actually. So, several months now. Probably just saying this because I'm a bit drunk. But I missed this damn series. Really fucking sucks that it ended abruptly with no word either. I was seriously enjoying it and always looked forward to the next episode. Will most likely be buying it myself to see it through, but it just isn't the same without all the information and tidbits WP provides. Other LPs just aren't the same, at least the ones that I found, and end up bored watching them. No fault towards you though, WP. You provide hours of free entertainment. I'm in no position to demand anything. I'm just expressing how sucky it is. But also, thanks for introducing me to such a great game. If I do buy it, it's because you sold me on it. What's the game, guys? It's FF12. Yeah. It's Final Fantasy 12. And I just sent him a message. I said, it's not forgotten. It's not. A part of me, or what I'm thinking is when I beat Shadowbringers and Endwalker. Oh, there's just too much shit. I kind of want to finish FF14 and then just quickly squeeze out the rest of FF12. I'll tell you what I do want to do, though. I don't think I want to... I'm not going to post until it's finished. It's too much now. It's too far gone. I don't think you'll ever see a Let's Play from me. Like a meticulous Let's Play, a proper Let's Play, you know, where I try and give facts and shit. I don't think you'll ever see one produced on the fly again. Because I just can't trust myself to finish the thing. I can't do this. I was so desperate with that project to actually finish it in its original run, in its original bulk, not have a big gap. X2 had like a 1.5 year long gap. I was like, I'm not doing that. It's all gonna, you know, it's all gonna come out in a row. I recorded the first 20 episodes, guys. 20 episodes. And I said to myself, right, that's a good backlog. So you know, I can keep working on it and the backlog will flow and I'll be good. And I thought a 20 episode buffer would be fine, and it wasn't fine. The Guild Wars 2 LP, I gave myself a 20 episode buffer as well. Produced 20 videos before posting a single one. I got all the way up to the end of the Char story. I was at the Vigil Keep on my Char character, which was the second timeline for the Guild Wars 2 project, before I posted the first, in the ambition of getting the whole thing out without any breaks. But there were little breaks in that one as well. And it just devastates me. I can't do that to people. So when I get back to 12, I think I will record the entire second half of 12, all of it, before posting a single episode. I just, because I can't trust myself. And hopefully that will keep the motivation there. Daggerfall, when Daggerfall comes out, I'm going to record the whole Daggerfall series before you see a single episode. I don't know if that takes some of the magic away, because it's like you don't get that real-time interaction. But I'm starting to think there's something else going on here with this like industry. I think Twitch is for real-time interaction. And those other projects, like, you may as well not even try to do it, you know? You don't need to get... Like, I love watching a Let's Play where I get a sense that the guy recorded it on the same day. I love that shit. And I like to think that I can drop a comment and he can respond and adapt. Not that I do. I'm a lurker more than anything else, right? But I like that shit. So that's why I kind of resist the idea of doing it bad. But I think Twitch is the place for that. I think you just have Twitch projects going on so people can interact with you in real time. And for the Let's Plays, you want to do real, timeless, proper, like, is journalism too big of a word? Like, reports on the game. You want to, like, actually do the thing justice. And it doesn't matter if people are responding in real time for that. Just give the project the time it needs, get it all done, and then slowly filter out the releases through scheduling or whatever. I think that's the solution. I think I've learned that as well, hopefully, over these past couple of months since I've been basically Let's Playing Final Fantasy XIV. What you've watched me doing here on Twitch is a Let's Play. It's just one of those, like, lazy Let's Plays that most people do. It's like a normal Let's Play where you're not, like, meticulously researching and stuff. You're not pacing, you're not editing. You're just sitting down and having fun. And there's something to be said for that, too. Sitting down, having fun, doing it live where people can chat with you at the same time. That shit's awesome. Don't get me wrong. Oh, thank God I'm not full up on lucent crystals here so we can refine these. That shit's awesome. But I think they're two things, right? They're two platforms. They're two ideas. And I think you figure out what's in what lane, and you just hyper-specialize the two things. And they just, you know, they complement each other in that way. So that's my idea with 12, anyway. So to the drunk guy that was browsing an old video, I see all the old messages. I really do. And yeah. End of Dragons Twitch Let's Play, then? Well, for that, I don't really want to do that, because I want to play with Kerry. I like playing with her. So yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be a blind LP. I'll do one, but it's me and her first time through. You guys don't get my my virgin EOD experience. She will. All right, what else do we have here that we can refine? I think we're pretty much sorted, aren't we? All right. Exclamation mark giveaway. What made you think that exclamation mark giveaway would do something there? Have I got some weird message coming up in chat? Prepping for End of Dragons 3 months ahead, a true gamer. Well, look, it's just that my account is a bomb site, and it's actually, like, inhibiting my desire to play. Deposit all materials. Why aren't you depositing, bro? Oh my God. Okay, so hold on. That's just Taylor. We gotta find the artificing station now. Where is it? That's weapon. Oh, artificer down there. I see it's the mirror. I get real nostalgia looking at this. Is Mike still in chat? Always makes me think about being in time for some reason. Being at the grave. I think it's because I spent so little time here in recent years. But I used to fuck about here a lot more right around launch. So, fuel grite. Do I want to craft fuel grite? I suppose it would consume some of this dust. Obsidian shards. I mean, fine, I guess. What's fuel gripe for again? It's for crystalline ore for Heart of Thorns weapon legendaries. I do still have a bunch of those to craft, so sure, let's make some fuel gripe. Let's craft up 500. I love it. 10 to 20 slots using a 320 slot inventory. My account is a mess. Some of it in the inventory management, mate. No. You're out of the loop, Darkbringer Guild Wars 2. You clearly don't know me. You wait till I go onto my other characters. This is only clean because I made a video out of cleaning it. Alright, you're about to see some shit, alright? WP, can you make me excited about the Sylvari? So far they just plant people, but not intriguing to me. Well, how much story have you played? Have you played through all of Heart of Thorns? I don't know what to tell you, man, because the facts of Guild Wars world building are really good. Like, the fundamentals of who the Sylvari are in this world, and their naivety and all that stuff, and the Nightmare Court and the Soundless, and blah, 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 blah. It's all great. And even the secret connection to an Elder Dragon, it's all great. But then Heart of Thorns was then they tell a blockbuster story. Instead of a detailed story, they tell a blockbuster story. So you never really get value out of the world building. The world building's brilliant, but they don't get value out of it because of their blockbuster approach, whatever. So, I mean, and since Heart of Thorns, their blockbuster approach has meant you don't really get anything, do you? So all I can say is if you don't like the Sylvari by the end of Trahearn and the sword, fingers crossed for Malik in the Echovoud Forest. That's the last bastion, the last refuge. Malik in the Echovoud Forest and a resurgent Duchess Chrysanthia. Those are the two last recourses for the Sylvari to be fun. I was feeling like overdone on Sylvari for many years because like it was just Sylvari. But POF, Season 4, Icebrood Saga, I feel kind of satisfied now, and I'm ready to look at the Sylvari again. I feel like enough time's passed, don't you guys? So I would be game for more Sylvari stories again at this point, especially after End of Dragons. Blockbuster versus a personal story? Well, no, I don't know whether it's blockbuster versus personal. I think it can be personal and blockbuster. It's just how much time and how much are you going to be spending on the story? Are you going to be going for something short and sharp and cinematic? Or are you going to be going for something a bit more drawn out, but where you actually get to connect with characters and it feels like you're participating in a book of some kind, you know? I think the drop in the Nightmare Court has left the Sylvari feeling pretty dull. But they do have a cool vibe. You love the Rihanna story? Well, but the thing is, though, where do you put them in then? It's very easy to say, oh, they dropped them, that's dull. But where do you put them in? Alright, they clearly had the Balthazar Lazarus stuff in Season 3, which is clogged enough. Oh, no, I know where you put them in. It's easy. I'll tell you what you do. You don't do Lazarus at all. You don't do the Massat at all. And you don't do the Warring Criter. Lazarus, Warring Criter, Bloodstone Fen Explosion, none of that should have ever existed. None of it. Siren's Landing shouldn't have existed. And instead, all of that period of time is about the Sylvari, the new Nightmare Court, the fate of the Pale Tree, and all that kind of shit. That's what those patches should have been about. And then Season 3 is a lot more focused. Season 3 still introduces us to Balthazar and the rising threat of Primordus and Jormag. That's what Season 3 is. It's about segueing out of Heart of Thorns and dealing with those things. I really hope they... And I think what I'm saying there is pretty fair. I really hope they do something like that with the season after End of Dragons. I don't want to see that season be like Season 3 again, going all over the place. They've got to, give us more. They'd best be talking to us about the ramifications of Dragon Jade and June and blah, 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 blah. So, yeah. For what it's worth, I do remember us standing around this area for some reason or other, but I got that kind of memory more from jumping puzzles. Yeah, I don't know whether it was JP's, because there's not really one here. I remember trying to get, do like the void jump thing. Was that us? Okay, so resonating slivers. What am I doing about my resonating slivers? I guess I'm putting them on my mule. Okay, so... This is my gobbler. Let's quickly go to my gobbler. What do you think about the next... You know what? They should add a gobbler for resonating slivers if they're not going to do anything else. What do you think about the next living world possibly going back in time? Either a vision of the past or some other way. We could cool stuff like Basart versus Seer, why Abaddon turned against the other gods, etc. Wouldn't that be cool as fuck? I don't think it's Guild Wars 2's story. I think that's just more Guild Wars 1 stuff that, yeah, there's a certain fascination. To some degree, I'm captivated by that idea. But to tell you the truth, they kind of like broached some of those story ideas in POF when it came to like, I'll do a crafting bag, sure, why not? Oh, actually, I'm gonna regret that. Oh no, I'm not. It's fine. They kind of broached some of those story ideas in POF, but none of it connected. The library scene didn't work very well. None of the god stuffs worked very well. I think they really kind of fucked with my enthusiasm for a lot of stories. When it turned out like Ritlock in the Mists and Meeting Glint and stuff didn't really connect. And the library stuff didn't really connect. I'm a little bit, I think I've lost a lot of my excitement for all of those plots now. Look, the one thing the library scene is amazing because it's so cinematic and so beautiful. So to that degree, I think they can do something cinematic. I think they can do something captivating. But can they really, really pull off a lot of it? I don't know. And I don't think it's Guild Wars 2's story. I don't want to go in these circles anymore. It's over, man. Can we stop talking about Guild Wars 1? Can they write something new and take us to it? Do you know what? I've said this a few times. What I want is that feeling I had in Nightfall. I'm not going to say factions, because I was so new to it all at that point that I didn't really get it. I had no context. But when Nightfall came out, and especially when Eye of the North came out, when it's like a new, like the world map expanded. Oh, we're in the mist at the moment, so you can't see it. Is that it for the Gobblers? Fractal Reliquary, doesn't really matter much. I may have to start doing daily fractals if I'm going to go for that legendary armor. And I don't know whether I am right now, but... Okay, so anyway, he's my Gobbler. Let me just do this quick point here. We'll log in on this. When Eye of the North came out... And there was something about the map art in that game that was just a little bit more captivating anyway. You guys realise that the Guild Wars 2 Prophecies map looked like this, right? Like this, basically. That was it. You couldn't move it beyond this. You couldn't go much south of the Crystal Desert. You couldn't see much south of Ore. You could just about see the Ring of... This was the map. This was it. And then Eye of the North came out and added all of this shit up here. Look at this. Look at this expand. Look at this. And it was really, really thrilling. And actually playing the expansion was really, really thrilling. That's what I want back. I want to go somewhere new. I want to... I don't know. I don't want them to be beholden to the past. I don't want half the user base to be thinking, oh, I'm missing out on Guild Wars 1 trivia, so therefore I'm not enjoying it. The time has come to move on. And I know what you're suggesting there is about, you know, just God stuff, but you're going to the Mist, so it is technically new. But I don't... The fundamental of the story you're proposing there is still something born out of Guild Wars 1 enthusiasm, isn't it? I don't know. I mean, maybe they could rewrite it to get everyone on the same page and stuff, but I think I'm drained on it at this point. That's how I feel today, as you say that. Okay, so I do have a mule. We have to identify where they are. Is it the Shining Blade Guard? I don't think it is. I think it's my engineer. It is. It's my engineer. He's called the Engineer Hero. I actually once upon a time made an investment. Okay, so we'll clean her later. I'll figure out what the shit's going on there later. So it's an engineer. Engineer. Wait, is that you? No, that's the ether drone. Here, the Engineer Hero. Let's see what we've got here. What do you mean map get expanded? Well, what I just said. Sorry, did you type that message earlier before I showed it off? I'm assuming it was before I showed it off. Misandry map, when? Yeah, on the Dermot Priory map, they have that area called Misandry, right? I think that's an interesting idea. I'd like to see a story based on that. Okay, so, here, first of all... Alright, I'm kind of going all over the place here. We're going to take this piecemeal, but I need to come to the Spud Bank. And I need to put this aetherized sword in with the other Black Lion skins. So that was a gift. Now, it doesn't look like I've pulled out my resonating slivers here. Alright, on another screen here, I'm on Guild Wars Efficiency. And I'm just typing in resonating. And I'm just waiting to see what comes up here. Because I probably got a character with a ton of them stuffed onto him. Alright, my material storage, I got a ton. Oh, my investment mule. My level 10 human necromancer has a ton of them. Okay, so hold on. Here's the question. When it comes to a resonating sliver, what is... I know what I want to do here. It's a scribe. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to lists. We're going to craft these up. Oh, this is so ridiculous. I'm stressing over copper. I don't know why I'm stressing over copper. I'm not doing any of that. Whatever. Let's just delete them. I'm not stressing over copper. These literally have like vendor value. Let's have a look here again. 2,000 worth what? 60 silver? They're definitely not worth anything on the TP, right? Someone is buying them. There's a guy buying them. That's quite funny. Alright. Good luck with your investment, sir. I honestly think they should nuke this economy. They should drain it from everyone's accounts and just start over. Because this is just ridiculous. And people like this that are buying hundreds of thousands in the hope that one day they get value, I got no sympathy for them. I got no sympathy at all. Maybe that's wrong of me. That's how I honestly feel. But here, yeah, I'll happily take your money in the meantime. Slivers were literally worthless like a week into the expansion. Yeah, I know. They really fucked that up. They fucked a lot of stuff up with Heart of Thorns. As much as I applaud it. Okay. What are we talking about? DRMs? WP, yeah, as much as I love Guild Wars 1, it's actually more about the fact that the devs bring up something from the past or specific characters in Guild Wars 2, but rarely ever explore them. If they do, they give us so little. Joko being a good example. Yeah, I mean, look, again, I think they can do anything they want. They just need, it's the storytelling itself. That's the thing. I think that's what I'm trying to get at there. It's the storytelling itself that means you say to me, oh, yeah, the answer is, you know, Path of Fire wasn't bad because it was a Balthazar story. Icebrood Saga wasn't bad because it was a Jormag story. Icebrood Saga wasn't bad because it was Jormag v Primordus and they were dying at the end of it. It was bad because it never had the screen time for its subject material. That's why. So you say to me, oh, WP, oh, let's fucking go to Zoteka. Let's do a Baltec story. Let's do this. Let's do that. You can see where I'm going with this. It's like, well, it's not about that. It's not about what they pick. It's going to be the same. It's going to leave you feeling underwhelmed. It's going to leave you scratching your head a little bit. It's going to leave you thinking, oh, that was cool lore. And in fact, it's worse than that, guys. They're actually going to use up good potential lore. They're gonna take it and corrupt it and remove it, basically. If it's implemented in the way that the game's been going along, that is. That's how I honestly feel. And I think there are obviously people out there who are loving the story and think it's brilliant and it's being told the best way possible. And I think that there are definitely highlights, but in general. And it's such a crying shame as well, because the Icebrood Saga was very fucking close. It was very close. The Icebrood Saga was doing a lot of really brilliant things, but it was doing it in Living World. I mean, I really hope End of Dragons is good, because to see them continue exactly what they were trying in the Icebrood Saga, but on an expansion scale, that's going to be good to see. So fingers crossed for it, right? Okay, is there anything else I can refine? It was just wood. I guess there's going to be different types of wood I can do, though. 2,000 softwood there, so let's do that. How many episodes was Icebrood Saga supposed to have originally? How many maps? I think they said it was like 7 or 8, wasn't it? that was in the tome, and a bunch of them never ended up getting used in the end. I mean, my personal theory is it could have been a... Wait, wasn't this debunked? I can't remember. Did they debunk this? But my personal theory, I guess since I can't remember if it was debunked, I'll just stick with it, is that it was going to be an Ice Brood saga followed by a Destroyer saga. And the two sagas together would tell the complete story of the destruction of the Twin Elder Dragons. Because what you got to remember as well is the Ice Brood saga was the be-all and end-all for what Guild Wars 2's future would be. It was living world forever. They didn't want to commit to expansions anymore. They wanted to commit to off-screen projects, right? So that was the be-all and end-all. So in the world where they know that's the be-all and end-all, why not plan 2 sagas out? That's exactly what ArenaNet should be doing. They should definitely be planning 2-3 seasons ahead. So that's my theory. And then not only did we never see the Destroyer saga, we didn't even see the conclusion of the Ice Brood saga. I also believe, by the way, that they were hoping build templates would sell a lot more. I think when the build template fiasco hit and there was all that controversy, they really got cold feet about how they can monetize. I think they wanted to sell big features like that as the story went along. And maybe Elite Specs could have gone sold with the Ice Brood saga and with the Destroyer saga. That sounds like a smart game plan to me. But then I think it might have blown back in their face when build templates, they triple dipped on the monetization and people didn't like it. So I wonder if that was like a contributing factor as well. I don't know. No, obviously I can't know. But I'm sorry the conversation always goes to this stuff, by the way, guys. But I am being prompted by chat. Also, did I just see a dev tag? I did. Hello, welcome. I feel bad ranting about all this now. But there you have it. Alright, more words. Alright, once this refinement's over, the stream will hopefully get a bit more interesting, but we'll never know. Hey WP, I love the video on the biggest mysteries. Good job. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed that. I kind of took 2 shots. I did the mysteries video and I did the new player guide. And the mysteries video picked up, which disappoints me a bit because the new player guide I could do a lot of, you know. But the mysteries, sort of, you can illustrate them once and then that's sort of it. What are you absolutely confident they will do well about End of Dragons and stuff after? Again, if it's like of the Ice Brood Saga's intent, I'm actually really excited about it. I think all the Bone Skinner stuff, the Whispers, the Dark Tone, the Bangar was brilliant, a really believable, very credible antagonist. I loved Bangar. I loved Krisha. I thought they did really well with... I think Almora was good. Ryland was good. I think what they did with the characters in that saga, aside from the Smoda stuff, and underutilizing Jarvi to a certain degree, and being stuck with Aurene, and Aurene's not very fun. I think all of it, they did pretty goddamn well. Even Ritlock. Ritlock's a pretty boring character to me at this point, but he was fun to see on screen, man. I like Ritlock. So, I think if they just carry on with the vibes and everything they kind of had going with the Ice Brood Saga, but now it's in an expansion, I think it'll be brilliant. What I especially hope for, when I say in an expansion, so like when I look at Path of Fire is so good. People don't respect or credit it because it doesn't have the repeatable stuff. But like, I think Vlast was excellent in Path of Fire. I think all the casino stuff and the information about the gangs and stuff was pretty good in Path of Fire. I think Balthazar killing us was awesome in Path of Fire. I think all the final stuff, the mount ride that felt like the end of a fucking Halo game, and then leading into the Balthazar boss fight was brilliant. The Balthazar boss fight itself was so amazing. With Kralkatorrik hanging in the sky watching us at the Hanging Gardens of Joko. Like, that's so cool. You had the king, Joko, kind of having his influence there because of, you know, the precise location we were at, with an Elder Dragon watching while we fight a god. I mean, it was really good. The library scene was gorgeous. The puzzle before it, what they did with all the lighting and stuff. I think the map exploration. I think they're real experts, guys. I think they're really good at what they can do. So I'm kind of hoping for all that well, that's what I mean when I say expansion quality. So I'm hoping for that expansion quality, and then hoping that they learn the lessons of the past when it comes to like Heart of Thorns and like meta and repeatability. So you fold all that in. Then with the story tone and characters that the Icebrood Saga developed. By the way, another thing that we can clearly see End of Dragons is doing really well is mocap in all the cutscenes and stuff. Do you remember on the first look how, like, naturally June moves and stuff? Whether you get those little clips of, like, them standing behind the desk and stuff. They actually look really well animated. So I think they'll do all that stuff really well as well. So yeah, I think the elite specs are a bit underwhelming. And that much is pretty clear. And the elite specs have dominated a lot of the press. So I think we all think about them a lot more. Maybe disproportionate amount. I think obviously not everyone's into fishing, so that's a bit of a knock. And the skiff thing, I think, is just weird. I don't know why they went with skiffs when skimmers exist, but hey. But we still have the siege turtle. Maybe they can wow us with that. So all those other sides of it, I think, you know, they sort of create this cloud over End of Dragons. But I think when it comes to the actual content itself, the actual maps itself, the exploration itself, I mean, I do have high hopes. I'm not just telling you bullshit because I'm trying to push affiliate links. I'm really not. I think there's a good chance that it will be very, very good. And indeed, I hope it will be, because I want that to have as confidence then in the season after and whatever expansions come after that. So, you guys didn't see it, but I just crossed my fingers and held them up. Hey WP, I just want to thank you for your work. As a new player, it's been invaluable, especially the Season 1 lore allowed me to enjoy the story much more. Hey, thanks very much. Sounds like people have been watching that video. I really appreciate that. Okay, are we done with Lys's inventory now? No, we're not. Okay, let's sell junk. And, okay, so what do you guys think I should do? I'm going to do... No, I'm not even going to ask your advice. I'm going to do characters first, bank second. Okay, so we sell this. I know I could salvage these. Whatever. So why do I have baubles suddenly? I have baubles because I did my home instance, which is spamming me with baubles. But I do have some in the bank, so I can just deposit those. Okay. Transmutation charges. Writs of experience. Well, how comes all this stuff's flying in the bottom? Writs of experience we can deposit. The statuettes we took out the other day. Karma we can consume. These we can consume. This we can consume. Inscribed shards. Now, I'm full on these. They're from Corner. 2,000 out of 2,000. So let's just withdraw some inscribed shards here. And let's consume these. Hey, I got a couple of subs there. Thank you very much. A donut plays. More WP stream. Let's go. Ah, thank you very much. Welcome. I really appreciate that. And Chaos. Thanks very much, Chaos, as well. That's 25 months, by the way. You're like a sleeper sub. I hadn't noticed, but your months are proper creeping up there. Right, so I'm just going to consume all, because this is giving me volatile magic. That's only half my stock. Maybe the 20,000 volatile magic will be worthwhile. By the way, that's a huge variance. 5,300 or 3,800. Look at the variance on those two. But we'll see how that looks as time goes on. Okay. Double click that. Double click that. That. Silky sand. Steak and winterberry. Like, honestly, people say I'm like messy, but look how much shit just gets thrown in your inventory. Look at all this. Just because I went to my home instance. Alright, deposit all of that. Now, apparently, my salvaging process is wrong. I can't remember in what way. Consume the luck. Okay, is Liz clean again now? Haha! She's clean. Except for this feast of delectable birthday cake. So this will place the feast down. I can eat from the feast. And it's all attributes, karma gain, magic find, and experience from kills. So free celestial food. It's actually kind of in line with the build I'd like to play on her, so. Okay, now, and is her build set up? I think her build is set up. Celerity Sigil, Rage. We have Celestial set up for my traits. Yeah, we have what I honestly consider to be the best Ellie build at the moment. Maybe I can look into Tempestuous Aria again. But overall, I actually think this is the best way to go. And so that's it. So Liss is done. So we're clean with Liss. Easy peasy, right? Just starting out. So let's now look at our mule. Hi WP, do you think Bangar's story is done, or could he play a role in the future? Maybe not necessarily in Cantha. Actually, I'm not going to do the mule. Okay, so Shining Blade Guard. No, I don't think Bangar's story should be done. I think that Bangar should continue on. Bangar's one of their best properties. Bangar's a fantastic character. Who would argue against Bangar? Okay, so this character has 2% world completion. They have a bunch of random skins. This Ebon Blade. Bountiful maintenance oils, which are account bound. And an ascended hammer. They're also wearing some ascended weapons. So 2 random ascended weapons. So what I think I do is I take the random ascended weapons off of this character. Because they're clearly not anywhere near geared for anything. All this other stuff is white stuff. So let's equip more white stuff there. And I think... And then we're just going to put these chaos weapons... These ascended weapons with the weapon section at the back. Don't worry, we'll clean the bank soon. And I think we just... Oh, and the wrapped hammer here as well. And I think this character is just going to go into deep storage, essentially. We can take the maintenance oils out. Okay, another chaos thing is fine to leave there. It's just a question of this Ebon Blade, which is account bound. Let's just salvage the Ebon Blade, I guess. Didn't get the sigil, whatever. Okay, so there you have it. So we'll just leave this character. There's no armor, no gear, no nothing that really matters. And so the other question is then, well, what do I want to do with this character? I quite like the idea of having a human female guardian. The skin set is kind of ridiculous. I think I probably set this up when I got my Radiant stuff done from achievement points. Delete, kill it. Well, but hold on though, because what about birthday presents? I think we're gonna leave her for now. We'll figure out about deleting later. Right, then there's the mule. Next, Elmore. So Elmore is my actual guardian. Hellkite. Sorry guys, if I'm slow in chat, by the way, to respond, just copy paste your message. Just post it again, and I will get to it. Sorry, Hellkite says, recently I watched an old video of you talking about Heart of Thorns in development, and it was said back then that Heart of Thorns was smaller in content to lay the groundwork in systems, so future expansions could be content focused. But when I look at Path of Fire and now End of Dragons, that did not really true. Well, you don't know. No, that's not fair. That's not right. That's not fair. First of all, Path of Fire is much bigger than Heart of Thorns. And in POF Press, they were saying that still. They were saying, yeah, Heart of Thorns was the smaller one. This is the bigger one. This is a way bigger map. And I don't just mean the maps are bigger, because then that's kind of invalidated by the fact we have mounts that moves them to them. It had a lengthier story. It had more maps. It had more post-launch support. The whole gem gate issue makes, I don't know, some people won't credit the expansion or whatever, but I do to a certain degree. It had more detail in it. POF is bigger and better. It is. Maybe it's not massively so, but I can tell you the only reason you have the impression that it's smaller is because it doesn't have the repeatable content. Because it didn't do metas and it didn't do rewards intelligently enough, so you don't spend any time on these maps. That's all it is, but it was fine. I would prefer it was a little bit lengthier. As far as the story's concerned, a lot lengthier, frankly. But it was bigger than Heart of Thorns. And End of Dragons, who are you to make that judgment? You can't make that judgment yet. You don't know that. You've heard 4 maps, but, you know, as much as Guild Wars 2 is good with open world maps, maps are not the be-all and end-all. But, you know, despite everything there, I don't mean to chastise you too hard there, because I think you kind of do have a point. I imagine that when they were making Heart of Thorns was like its own crunched expansion too. I imagine they were imagining the later expansions would be bigger than they've ended up. Does that make sense? So I think everything I've said there is true, but yeah. All right, okay. So so first of all, do I consider this to be a main for me? Let's go to a Cortirian location. Let's bring it to the Black Citadel or something. Let's see what kind of map comp she has. Don't delete characters and make me sad? Well, don't worry. They're just so cagey about information. What, with End of Dragons? Yeah, I mean, they say a lot of it's a spoiler, but a lot of it is also, you know, it's still in development. I think if they're struggling with End of Dragons, I don't know why they didn't delay it further. Couldn't they have delayed it to April, maybe? May? Right. So, we are 29% complete. So it doesn't strike me this is a particularly great Guardian in terms of completion. So let's have a look at some other Guardians here, shall we? So I've got this guy, Nuclear Hellfires. Now this was just a PvP character. That was when I was PvPing with the Spuds. We have the Flesh Abomination, who is made to look fleshy. I have Damage Not Heals, who is another PvP character that was supposed to be when I was playing DPS Firebrands and they were all expecting you to be support. I have Deborah from the LP. And I have the Warden of Lights, which is another PvP character. I think I'm going to kill the Warden of Lights. Flesh Abomination with a massive dick on its head. No, he looks good. In game, he looks good. He looks good. Do I even need free slots? Well, no, I mean, that's the thing. Not really. It's just, I don't need all these Guardians, though. But, I mean, look, presents. I haven't played this. Oh, by the way, yeah, males. Legendary Dwayner says pee poo poo. And gave me a tuning icicle. Thank you. Return to sender. And here, Wyaran. I don't know what this means. An unexpected party of one. Dear Mr. WP, I write humbly in an anticipation of your answer. I wear the red and black and am unknown. That is good. But when I walk openly in merry and spirited cities, I am still an unknown. That is not good. I yearn for like-minded people who turn rocks, peek around corners, who ask questions. May I have the honor of joining your party of nerds and participate in your merriment? I send with a package of celebration purchased from the Grey Wizard. He warns caution with the big rocket. Your servant, I don't know who wrote this. That feels like Lord of the Ringsy towards the end there. I don't know what this is, though. Yeah, I don't know if it's a guild invite or what. So whoever you are, let me know what this is. And I'll know what to do. But until then, yeah, but if they wanted a guild invite, they didn't even say what region they're in. I don't mind like a jokey RP invite, but if you don't even say what region. Alright, so what am I doing here? Delete or keep? What do you guys think? I at least want to clean the inventory. Let's clean the inventory. And we'll put it into cold storage, maybe. You love male guardians, always keep. Yeah, but what am I going to do with it? There's nothing to salvage. The Arcanus Obscurus, I think I got from a login reward. Can't really do anything with, so let's just salvage it. And then these are all just random items with random skins on them. For whatever fashion wars I was playing back when. 3 celebration boosters we can keep. How many Jenners am I gonna... I mean, Jesus. Wait, I have some of those in my bank. I have 3 Winterberry pies in my bank. Why do I have 3 Winterberry pies in my bank? Let's take those out. And let's just delete all of these. I don't care about the Winterberry pies. The Hall of Monument Stone. I mean, look at this. Oh. These desert crafting material things are a nightmare as well, let me just say. To spam through these takes so long. And you get so many milling. So, I mean, I have hundreds of these. I don't think it's quite as high as thousands, but it's pretty bad. And the red lentils here. I mean, this box kind of epitomizes what Heart of Thorns, POF did so wrong with its loot rewards. That so many of these items just feel a bit bizarre. The only one that feels really valid is the flax and the milling stone, which is Heart of Thorns anyway. All the recipes and stuff. I really wonder if there should be, if they kind of screwed the pooch with the Cooking 500 update. Oh, that's another example of a thing I think that came in with the Icebrood Saga, and it's like... That's like a big feature, and it's like, okay, do we need to do expansions? Because we can do it now. But then they ended up doing like a stripped down version of it. Okay. So voila. Clean? I think that's fair to say clean. And going into storage. I should set all my characters in storage to the same place. WP, your voice is so nice and mesmerizing to me. I just want you to know. Oh, well, thank you. You know what? I used to get a lot more people saying that. And my accent has changed, and my diction has changed, and it's so shrilly and, like, overly energetic now. And if I could go back, I would. So, anyway, I really appreciate that. There's like a relic from a past. Someone telling me that they like my voice. Nowadays, it's all about the excitement. Oh, my God. I guess I'll leave it let's do the Shaymore waypoint. I think the Shaymore waypoint's a good place. You need to be more sultry. I actually had a comment on a video last night as well of someone saying, who is it? Where's the message? It's a comment on Let's Play Guild Wars Prophecies episode 1, right? So like my first video, the one with the black screen, where I say, guys, hi, I'm expecting Guild Wars 2 to come out soon. That one. It's Mario who said, crazy to go back and hear Wooden Potato's original voice actor. Because it sounds like a completely different person. You know, I have an embarrassing story about that as well. Alright, Shaymore, that's fine. Alright, bye-bye. Shaymore is going to be the cold storage location, alright? So... What about these other guardians? What am I doing? It's just too... It's chaos! What am I supposed to do? They're all Let's Play characters here on the right. Investment Mule. Oh, that's the person with the shards on them. Illusionary Warlick. This is a Mesmer character that's supposed to have a name. I don't know whether I can do... I don't know what I'm doing. Margine. I don't even know... This is a Spellbreaker, apparently. Balthazar's Flow was the alternate of Dwayna's Flow. Right, okay. I'm changing plans here. This isn't going to work. This is too much. I'm just going to identify my 9 characters, and we're going to clean them. So Ellie is going to be Liz. Guardian will be Elmore. Okay, Elmore is going to be my Guardian. Or is it going to be the Flesh Abomination? I do like the Flesh Abomination. No, it's going to be Elmore. It's going to be Elmore. How the fuck is a level 13 Spellbreaker possible? You just go to PvP. So, this armor looks really gross. Oh, there we go. This is the actual setup, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is like the shiny setup. Alright. Okay, so we'll figure out the builds in a second. First, let's just deal with this, shall we? Let's open all these. You're going to see my video guide now. You're going to see my process. See, like, look again. 53 desert crafting material coffers. 53. Experience scroll. Do I have any in the bank? No. Can be used to instantly advance a character to 60. Did I take all the scrolls out? Why would I do that? Instantly advance to 50. 1 stack of tomes. Alright, hold on. Let's. I'm gonna go to efficiency here. Okay, they're all on my alright, they're all on my mule, basically. Okay, so deposit. Right. So let's stick with this for now. Salvage all. Have a quick scan. It's 38 unidentified. Open those up first. Salvage all fine and lower. Okay. Honestly, just delete the stacks of coffers. I know, I am thinking of that. Well, hold on. Let me look on Guildhall's efficiency again. Let me type the word desert and see if I've got any of those stacked up anywhere. I have 53 on this character. 6, 12, 4, 12. Alright, yeah, it's deletable. I don't have loads of them stockpiled. I think I did go through opening them all at one point. So. So these ones must have just slipped through the cracks somehow. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, golden Rin relic. There is already one in the bank though. So I guess I'll salvage that with an ascended kit. Consume, consume, consume. Okay, boar bristle. These are awful. I need to finish this collection so I stop getting given boar bristles. The twins, grieving recipe. Recipe. I've already got it. Oh, a black ice earring with no stats allocated. That's actually pretty good. Black line chest. Merchant Express. Doesn't matter since I got an infinite one now. Winterberry pies. Let's go sell junk. Okay. Didn't even clean us up much. Treasure hunting kit. I really wish I could type in bank here and it would show all the stuff that's in the bank. That would be so good. Because then I could just double click through it all. That would honestly be so valuable. But it's not written like that. Do you even need all the ascended trinkets anymore? Can't you salvage them? Well, yeah, that was one of the things I want to think about with the legendary armory. In theory, I can do that. And now you can even toggle the visuals off. So maybe I salvage them. An organized button like in Stardew. Yeah, we actually we did a I've played it very little, but did a new Terraria playthrough. And there's a really good storage mod for that. Which is just like, all these games, I just wish there was more to them. Okay, plates of eggs Benedict. It's 500 chefing. So let's just go to the TP here. Let's sell whatever we can. We'll go price. Alright, whatever. I'll sell the unidentified gear. An awakened shield. Sell it. Elonian carver. Sell it. Sorry, did I not? I didn't salvage rares, right? I guess that's what's going on here. The awakened scepter. Sell it. I could. In theory, I should have just salvaged these. Okay. 6 superior runes of Balthazar, legendary runes. Doesn't matter anymore, does it? Winterberry pie. Sorbet. Oh God. You know, it's just there's this looming festival coming, which is going to blow up my inventories again. Can salvage that. Sigil absorption I actually quite like. It doesn't even appear on the sell list there. Blackline chests. It's just so slow. This is just so brutally slow. Like, look at this. This is agony for me. I really do get agonized selling all this individual shit. Sharpening stones, I'm sure I could actually use on this character, but whatever. Let's just get rid of these for now. Okay, now everything else is account bound. Delete the desert crafting. Single-use Eye of the North portal scroll. Double-click to teleport to the Eye of the North once. This item cannot be used in combat. Do I want to save it for the novelty? No. Do festival stuff on one character only. That's definitely a good tip. And the TP, has the TP been extra slow recently? I was doing some world busting yesterday and kept getting what I think was random 5-minute rollbacks. Did you have the same problem? No, I had a random comment though that the person didn't elaborate on. It's account bound. I can't sell it. I'm just gonna get rid of it. I have legendary sigils anyway. I'm gonna sell. Ugh, I kind of want to keep these. We'll keep these on the guy. Flamethrowers. That's from ages ago. I showed off a Pondy build. Not interested. Fractal longbow skin. I already have the achievement. Can't be traded for anything as far as I remember. I can't exchange that, can I? Does anyone know? I don't think I can. Congealed putrescences. So here's the question. What can I do with these? I have 2,000. So there's wiki. I'm on the wiki for the page for these. What should I be crafting them into? Can they be refined into anything? Mordant inscriptions. Pulsing brand sparks. Deadeye runes, scourge runes. Morn stones. Putrid matrixes for scribes. That's a lot of quartz though. And then various saddlebags. Oh, they didn't add any sinks for this stuff. Whatever, I'll delete. Okay. Scale venom. Just for cleanliness, I'll just delete for now. Mostly digested boots, I'm going to delete. Medallion, it's just random vendor wear. Okay, Rurik's Royal Signet Ring. What we're going to do is just fill up our bank here with Ascended stuff, and then we're going to Ascended salvage it out. So let's throw that in there. The Rin Relic, let's throw in. The Black Ice Earring we can throw in. Now, okay, so when it comes to his weapon, okay, Triumphant Die Kit. But none of these matter, I have all of these. Choose from a selection, account bound on acquire, they're all account bound, so we're just going to delete this. Because we have every single one of those dies, so bye-bye. Right, what are we left with? Superior Trebuchet. We'll probably have TP'd it. Oh yeah, the stakes with the sauce we can keep. Okay. Oh god. A Doric ring. Infused. So let me see. Signet ring of Doric. Not infused. And that one is. So I already have an infused one. So whatever. We'll just plop it in there at the top and we'll deal with that at a later point. Okay. And what is all this insane mess down here? What is all this? Black Lion salvage kit. Just dump it in the bank. Oh, this is a nightmare. You know, I had a comment from someone who said, I hate seeing messy inventories and stuff. I would love to log in just to fix. Like, someone said they logged into a friend's account just to clean it because they derive satisfaction from it. I get no satisfaction from this. I can't believe anyone truly enjoying this. But there it is. Item collection for the moot. So eat random mosquitoes. Is it eat mosquitoes and then do things? Whatever, I'll recraft these as and when I need them. We're going to get rid of them. More Winterberry stuff. Go away, Winterberry stuff. Okay. So, Warlords? Warlords. Warlords. Breastplate. Pauldrons, helmet. Legs. So I have Firework runes, power healing concentration, warlord's armor. Why do I have this? I can't remember. I don't know. I also have berserker stuff here. I assume the Mistward set was with it. Okay, so the question is, when we look at our build templates, why do I have exotic Condi? So I have exotic Condi, and then I have berserker stuff. I already am wearing berserker stuff. I already have it. This is pure Zerk, this setup. Yeah, 960 precision, 960 ferocity. So this is all like just extra. This is another set of gear for someone else, let's say. So let's put that over here. What am I missing though? There's a shoulder piece. I'm sure it's in here somewhere. There it is. Okay, none of that is Norn, right? None of it's Norn transmuted. Right, I think that's fine. Okay, so that can go somewhere else. Why this guy has 2 sets of Zerk, I don't know. It was basic Harrier gear for Fractals, generic support guard. Fireworks runes on it? Really? With the Harrier stuff? Okay, next. There's a Magi set. So I do have a Magi set here. So let's see, do we have any gems? We don't have any gems. Oh, I have a third template. It's unnamed. Aha. Okay. So what do I want to put in? Harrier or Magi's? I think I want to put in the Magi's stuff with the monk runes. Oh, it's so weird to me. Once I'm finished with the armory, just none of this, all of this just gets deleted. The armory decision was just so crazy. It blows my mind. Okay, and doesn't need... Now, this is quite nice, speaking of the armory. I don't need to dig out any Magi trinkets, because I can just put these on. And then tick off all the ungodly aura boxes, which is now possible. Okay. And just customize and say they're all Magi. So that's a Magi's set. Question is weapons. So... Vitality, healing power, Condi. So I don't have any Magi's weapons. It would just be legendary assignments there. So I don't even have any. So that's fine. Now what's this? Vitality, healing power, Condi damage. Bram's mace with a concentration sigil on it. Bizarre. Like utterly bizarre. So let's call this Magi. So we at least have our 3 gear sets there. I'm alright with that. There's a Condi gear set. There's a Berserker gear set. There's a Magi's gear set. Now this Condi quickness is actually properly set up as far as I know. Except that it's not ascended armor, it's exotic armor. But that's fine. Mind you, those are celestial, is that right? That might be wrong. It doesn't matter if it's properly meta set up. Okay, so then we're left with all these random weapons here. What was the idea of Fireworks Magi with a conditioned mace? No. That's not a Fireworks Magi with a conditioned mace. I don't know what the mace is all about. Crafted in the style of the Holy Zintor Hyluk tribe. I'm deleting this. It doesn't even warn me about it, so I think it's fine. Now, what else is going on here? What are all of these? What? I think I've got to ask myself some serious questions about what to delete. This is such a mess. How much is missing till you have a full armory? I have all the Gen 1 legendaries. I'm missing light and... I'm missing medium and heavy armor, basically. This is a wild roller coaster watching me in a state of bafflement of my previous choices. I know, right? I know. I don't even know if these are choices, though. What do I want to do? You surely have enough PvP currency? No, because it requires an extra currency which I spend on llamas. It's raid currencies are really my main. Either that or a lot of World versus World. I could pick up a whole new era of World versus World, I suppose. Now that alliances and stuff is coming out, that might be a thing I do. I start roaming in World versus World again, just like I did last year. But instead of going for all that other stuff this time, I'd be going for that. I don't actually know where I left off with all my skirmish tickets. Whatever my final goal was, I did finish it. For PvP Legendary Armor, it's 4,000 Ascended Shards and 200 tickets. Well, Ascended Shards are easy. I have 11,000. I think it's tickets that I'm low on, because I spend the tickets on llamas. Yeah. Oh, you only need 200 tickets? Well, I already have 120. Are you sure? Yeah, but I don't get the skins, do I? I don't get the PvE skins if I do it from PvP. I don't actually get any upgrades to... I get no skin value at all. So I want to do the raid ones. Alright. The problem is, when it comes to like random weird gear like this... So, okay, this is Viper, right? This is Viper. Concentration and strength. That looks like properly set up, and I've got them on the same skins as well. This is not Viper. This is not Viper. Oh, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I think I'm losing the will to live a little bit here. Oh, God. Okay, this is Trailblazer. Toughness, vitality, Condi damage, expertise. This is a Trailblazer shield. I can't remember what this is. What is this? That's Zerg. That's a Zerg bow. That's fine. That could be a part of our build. It's a shame I can't assign everything, right? But that's fine for when I want to play Dragon Hunter at some point. That's not a problem. We can do that. So this is called Condi Quickness, but it's a pure Celestial set. Why am I in pure Celestial for Condi Quickness? Is that really what people run in there? Okay, I can see what's happened here. I assigned a bunch of legendaries there. When in theory, what I can do, if this is meant to be a Condi Quickness set, I'm going to put my Vipers on there. And And that's it, really. That's all I can do there. But it does save a couple of slots. Condi quickness is just Viper with Firebrand runes. Well, I'm not Viper for some reason here. I'm oh my god, why am I forgetting the names of everything at the moment? Dire. I'm Dire armor. For some reason I have Dire armor. Which is not great. But let's we can put the rest of Viper. I'm gonna rename this to Viper Dire. I wish I could put a slash there, because that now actually represents what it is. It's an ugly set as well. I assume what happened is at some point I had proper armor on that was ascended, but then I pulled that off and put it on another character. Possibly onto my Rev at some point. So now this guy's been left naked. Now the other Condi gear that I have. I mean, what the fuck is this mace doing? Condi damage on a mace for a Guardian. Oh, there's Trailblazer again. Where was the other Trail? Oh no, that's the Trailblazer piece. So we have a Zerk hammer up there as well, which we can put up there. And a Zerk shield. But hold on, do I already have a Zerk shield equipped? Ah, unequip. Put the Zerk shield on. Where's that shield? Ah, things are starting to make a little bit more sense now. Basically, I think when the armory came in, I fucked with things a bit. Okay, now who are you? You're a healer set. I definitely don't have any healer gear. Oh, wait. An infinite wisdom is Zerk as well. Seed of Bloodlust, get rid of that. So that's a Zerk thing there. I mean, I just literally have no decent healing power things on. But I mean, I suppose I can do this to sort of hide. I mean, there is some healing power. It's messy. So will I be satisfied that I've cleaned my account if I do this? And then these are just weird items. These here, these four, these are very strange items. These are fairly strange items too, to be fair. Maybe I just axe all of these. Maybe I'm just going to salvage and get rid of all of these. Or re-roll them, right? So is this an inventory character cleaning stream? I'm all for it, but just making sure. Yeah, basically, yeah. Sorry to go off topic here, but you still plan on starting Shadowbringers today? No, Shadowbringers starts tomorrow. Shadowbringers is tomorrow. I have a YouTube video about Final Fantasy that's going up, I don't know, in an hour or so, 2 hours, 3 hours, whenever I think that enough people have seen what's currently on YouTube. And then Shadowbringers is Tuesday. So today's Monday, Tuesday. Okay. Sorry that I'm being a bit bad at chat here. I know I am being. So I think just all of these have no place. I'm in a Zerka torch, fine. Power, precision, ferocity, concentration on an axe, though. That looks like something real. That looks like I'm trying to, you know, be a power quickness. Right, I think I'm going to deposit all these into the chest. No! Unequip. Wait, is that managing to escape? No, no, it's still stuck together. So I'm just going to deposit all of these. And there may be a lot of salvaging coming up. Okay, so we consider ourselves to be clean? I think so. I mean, not perfect. The other thing I would say is if I can get any Magi's healing power stuff out of the chest here. If I just type healing power. Oh, what? You're not actually going to search properly? So these are all celestial, celestial. Oh god. Oh, oh god. I don't want to do this. I think I'm going to give up. I think it's just I don't think. What do I do? What do I think I might give up. I think End of Dragons I might just have a tip of an account. I mean, to actually clear through all of this. And just use legendary stuff might be the right way to go. I feel like some connection to these items. I just don't know where I can bring myself to salvaging all of this shit. All this like prep and progression and stuff. Gift of War Prowess. I made that accidentally ages ago. While I was in my World versus World phase. That cost me an extra 3 weeks, basically. Destroy them, cast them into the void. Who do I want to put the Saga's End Draconic Core on, by the way? See, I like that. That's a really interesting item. I definitely wouldn't delete that. I kind of want to put it on this. Alright. Maybe the bank won't be cleaned. But we have cleaned the Guardian. We've cleaned the Elementalist. Let's move on. So let's clean our Warrior now. Jesus Christ. What's going on with Natalie's appearance? Can you reskin legendaries? Yeah, you can. And for free. Yeah, you prefer DH anyway. You just want to know what the hype was about since you don't remember enjoying FB much. I really like FB, honestly. Okay, so I think Natalie was... I deliberately messed her inventory up. Specifically to do that video. So we should be able to clean this quite quickly. Because don't forget, that video was actually only meant to be like a 10-minute affair or so. And I don't think this inventory is quite as complicated. 2 Evan Main's weapon chests. As Liss's ended up. Liss's inventory in that video was way worse. Let's consume this. They can be deposited. They're consumed and deposited. So go, deposit, eat the coins. Level up, apparently. Eat that for karma. Eat these. Eat that. That. Alright, let's do the deposit. TP phase. Reclaimed pistol. Almost a gold. Some people are colorblind. WP is fashion blind. Hey! I have got a good looking elementalist. I have a good looking flesh abomination. I have a good looking I don't know. Who else have I got that looks good? I'm just going to sell these. By the way, I logged in for 30 gold waiting in my inbox. After that inventory cleaning video. 30 gold is what I made just cleaning her one inventory there. I don't know who else I have that actually looks good. Oh, no, I've got lots of good ones. My engineer looks good. Anything that basically Commie helped me with looks amazing. My ranger looks good. Oh, so that's actually something I kind of want to decide. I don't know if I want to keep playing Asura Ranger. I think I want to swap to my Sylvari Ranger. I think I'm done with all the Asura gameplay. And I like my Asura Ranger. He's cool, but... And he looks cool as well, all mechanized and stuff. It's not bad. Anaruk. Oh, well, Anaruk I like as well, but he... Wait, which outfit, though? Do you mean when he looks like a dervish with the scythe? Or do you mean when he's, like, in his Dark Knight looking gear? I mean, that's basically just Rev armor, isn't it? I've put him in there. It's Rev armor. I think it's like the Herald shoulder piece. Did I do anything fancy there? I think he has good mounts. Alright. Are you fucking serious? Alright, salvage down. Bye-bye. You remember the Malik's looking purple? Oh, yeah. And there's that Condi setup as well. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he has the Condi thing. That's true. I do the regular thing. Rev lookup setup for power, and then I do like the Malik's thing otherwise. Okay, should we go to a vendor here? Oh my god, I really did. Oh. I really did some weird shit here to break his inventory, didn't I? It's so weird how Mystic Forge stones look. Like, they seem so grandiose and interesting as drops, and then they're just so not boring. Treasure hunting kits. Oh, God. Okay, the Black Line chests get deposited. The Writs of Experience get deposited. The Philosopher's Stones get deleted. The Mini should get traded in at some point. Ascended Weapons. Warlord Box. Tomes. Birthday Booster. Charfield Homing Beacons. Mystic Forge Stone. Delete that. Gearbore. Soulbound on use. See that there? That's kind of annoying. That's a safe box, so I couldn't quite see if I could sell Gearbore. And that always, like, frustrates me. Okay. Treasure hunting kits. And then this is a bunch of Winter's Day stuff. Lantern of the Lost. Ominous Egg. The Barg Nuck we can deposit for salvaging later. More treasure hunting kits. Black Line kit. Collapse of the White Mantle for the mule character later. I've completely fucked my bank here. You know, I thought doing this on a stream would at least make this tolerable. But I think like, it's hard to talk to you guys. I can't have a conversation. It's too much. I can't, like, rant about stuff. Or, like, talk about Guild Wars. Okay, so I did have a cool idea for this guy, by the way. Alright. And it was, I wanted to do... Now, wait for it. I wanted to do a, like, you know, samurai warrior type thing for when the expansion comes out. Now that cape obviously isn't working there. Is it working for the other outfit? No, not really. So, like, you know, we could do something like this. I don't know about the dice, but that was my idea. Okay, let's remove those. I think he looks alright, doesn't he? Now, then these axes came out, and I was like, oh, these are badass. But they don't really fit. I mean, they are cool. Look at the trail on them. But they don't fit. So maybe we just reskin the axes real quick. Tengu? What have they been doing at the Black Line setup? I haven't even looked. What kind of skins are available there now? Should I go have a look? My go-to usually is at Divinity's Reach. Samurai would often have 2 swords. Yeah, but I mean, I don't really want to play a sword build. There are like smaller skins of this. But yeah, and what's it called? They have special names, don't they? What is it? Wakazashi and something else? Okay, you. How many sets have I missed? I think Bright Inquisitor I got some, but I never finished it. Shimmering Aurora I missed. Dark Matter was the last set I actually got. So since Dark Matter, they've pumped out Shimmering Aurora. Jesus Christ. And then they did Bright Inquisitor, which I did get some. I sort of know how these ones look. Aetherbound. Oh, apparently I got the Aetherbound dagger. I mean, it's just crazy, man. There's not enough avenues to show all this stuff off. Then Maguma. Jesus, that's such a chunky greatsword. It's just hitting people with a rock, basically. Oh, that's a nice trail. That's a really nice trail effect. Probably really good on a druid, that, right? I can definitely imagine people messing around with that. Maguma sword. Shield. Magical weapons. Oh my god, are you serious? I've been happily out of touch with these. Wow. Are these selling? They would actually fit Natalie quite well. Or her old appearance. I mean, they're awful. They're just one of the worst things I've ever seen. It's unbelievable. It's like... It's literally like what a 9-year-old girl would like, isn't it? That's crazy to me. That's unbelievable. You adore that set? You bought the whole thing twice? For 2 accounts? People love them? Oh, baby. I mean, the consumer wants what they want. And then Venom Bite. I'd love to have a time... You know what would be quite cool? To have a time machine and go back to Guild Wars 1 when people are bitching about the Elemental Sword. Oh, it's too shiny, it's too ridiculous. Or in Eye of the North, get in a time machine, go to the Eye of the North era, and all the grumpy people about the Chaos gloves. Oh, I play this for a real fantasy aesthetic. Oh, blah blah blah, and just be like, yeah, look at this, and just show them the magical skins. And just see what they say. Alright, well there you go. Okay, I think, oh no. It was the aerodrome, that was where I wanted to go. You don't understand the hate? I'm trying to not hate. I mean, look, I sort of get the, what is it? The market advocates argument. You know, if people are buying it, if that's what sells, the market decides, you know. It's pretty rich for someone to sit there and say, I don't like it, the game shouldn't do it, the gem store's bad, shiny's bad. To a certain degree, it's rich to sit there and say that. When clearly that's what people like. If they want like garish, obscene, hot pink, shiny, plastic swords, which is exactly how I describe that set. If that's what they want, then, I mean, who am I to argue with that? I'm not anyone to argue with that. So there you go. Have your fucking plastic swords. So, you know, I'm not trying to be a hater or whatever, but it would be funny. It's just I'm interested in how far down a path Guild Wars has gone, you know. Because this would have been one of the last franchises I'd ever imagine implementing that stuff. Once upon a time. Alright, let's just delete all this shit. I don't even care. Oh, but WP, you can save it. You can save it, WP. Trade in at the decoration vendor. What about after you've gathered 150 times on your warrior? Right, sell that. Giant bone meal, sell that. Exotic Armageddon helm. Well, let's just scan for exotics here. Fine, I'll salvage you. Let's try our luck with the sigil. What a surprise, we didn't get anything. We used the wrong kit anyway. Okay, sell. Oh, no, is that buyback? No, that's sell. Eggnog, sell. Okay, what about all these random white Beast Slayer pieces, which I clearly just used on a skin set once? Let's just get rid of those. Those don't matter. Okay, so what are you left with, Natalie? What have you got? Bunch of Winter's Day bullshit. So hold on. Arid lumber core. This won't be worth anything. 4 copper. Angry snowman. Eat, eat, eat. We're going to enjoy... We're going to have a flash Christmas. We're going to enjoy it in like 2 minutes here. Consume all of that. Just get it away from me. Delete that. Zero urchin. The choir bells. The Aether key pieces. Oh god, Aether key pieces. Again, finally, temporary selfless potions. Proceeds donated to Extra Life. I think this is from last year. I'm going to get 50 minutes, sorry, an hour of having a Halo. Bye-bye. I probably could have just double-clicked my way through that. But hey. It amazes me how FF14 has some silly skins like the Moogle set, but it stays in line with its lore. I think all that game has is it's like, the mounts are, it's pretty bad, but I think it's that they're careful about armors. And people don't tend to mount, and people can't idle on mounts in cities. I think that's the big thing. If people were allowed to idle on mounts in cities in FF14, it would look like a shit show. But they have that disabled. It's cunning, see? ArenaNet aren't cunning. They don't know how to do stuff like that. Square Enix has that disabled, so they don't get the reputation. But they have some abominable shit in that game. Truly abominable shit. But they don't let you mount in the cities. That's the key difference. It's subtle. It takes an understanding of the product, I think, to do something like that. But that's what they did. Alright, Token the Celestial Challenge. Champion, whatever. Bye-bye. Okay, so why do I have 2 longbows? I have a storm bow and a chuck unassigned longbow. We'll deposit this as well. I got too many weapons. There's going to have to be a serious binning. I'm just so scared when my bank's totally full. How many slots have I got down there? I've got some. A dagger's fine. A Zerk mace is fine. An axe is fine, sorry. An axe is fine. So plenty of Zerk shit there. Alright, good. We're clean. Not too shabby. And so what have I got for my templates here? I have a Berserker Eagle split. Oh, sorry, Berserker Eagle runes. Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that. Oh, that's legendary though. So how about we unequip the legendary and then we equip a real one. Ta-da. Okay. Then, what are my other templates? This template is unnamed, but is displaying Marauder. Exotic Marauders, though. It's a warlord set. Why have I done that? Just to show it off? Oh god, and there's a bunch of other random shit. Belinda's greatsword? Oh, and we're still in our outfit. I don't really want to do the outfit, by the way. So I think I'm going to delete the Marauder stuff, because what... Well, no, but hold on, this is heavy now, though. This is heavy, so maybe it deserves a spot. Marauder, and then there's more Zerk trinket. I have 2 full sets of Zerk trinkets on this guy. What the fuck? Oh, wait, are they the same item in multiple templates? They're the same item in multiple templates, aren't they? Except the 2 rings. Oh, no. They're just the same item. Okay, good. So, I might just nuke this template. Well, what's this last template? Okay, legendary trinkets. Which are set to Vipers, unassigned, and then more Zerk armor. Oh, but it's the same again. Okay, so we can nuke this template. Unequip. Because that's just the funerary stuff. Yeah, goodbye. This is a pure legendary. This is a nothing template. It doesn't actually exist. It's empty. I can put something Condi in there at some point. So what I could actually do... Well, whatever. I'll just name this Marauder. And then, kill... the dagger. Oh, was it Belinda's greatsword both times? Oh, it was Belinda's greatsword both times. Well, hold on, though, because, didn't they add a new sword? They added a new one, didn't they? Oh, maybe I never got it. Or was it because that was only the single-handed stuff? Alright. So we're still clean. And now what we've done is we've just sorted out his equipment templates. Basically, I have some Marauder armor equipped randomly on one of the templates. But it's not a big deal. Generally speaking, I'm fairly satisfied there. What's this? We're talking about masculinity. When you don't like an aesthetic, you pay it no mind. It comes across as whiny to me. Yeah, I mean, I kind of get what you mean. I do think it's... I don't think it's how other people appear that bothers me. With all the skins in the game. I can't put my finger on what disconcerts me so much. I can't put my finger on why I feel so disrupted. I think it's just that there's so many skins and so few places to apply them. And maybe it's that the skins feel much more special when they come from the tickets rather than content. But I don't know. I'd have to really stop and think for a while about how I feel about all that. Alright, next. Let's look at our Necro. Is it going to be Arachnia? I think it should be. She's my bae. But I do also have the Warden of Tides, who was a blue Scourge. Or Saw Onaclaw, who's just kind of waiting for Tengu to be released. Or Carrotflower from the LP. Or, who's this other one? Oh, my investment mule. Okay, so yeah, basically it's Arachnia. That's fine. So let's clean out her inventory. Will I do an AP guide? What do you mean an AP guide? I did a video expressing the importance of achievements. Apparently we're in awe of the past. Oh, wow, I want to clean the house anymore. I'd rather clean my real house. All AP guide. Yeah, every single one in one video. I swear I can get it done in 10 minutes. I swear. Oh, we actually have a salvage kit for once. So we can salvage whatever shite is lurking around in here. I mean, look at this. This dedicated die kit. I have 4 of these in the bank. And the reason that I have 4 of them in the bank is because I can't be bothered to type it out. So I'm just stacking them all together. Okay. Oh, if it wasn't against TOS to give someone else my account, I'd do it in a heartbeat. Pay for a cleaning service, do you know what I mean? Just let someone else make the executive decisions. Hylic transformation. Alright. I mean, that's so bizarre to me. Why do I have this? What? That's such a bizarre item. Sorry. Cheese triangles. Well, let's just go to the TP straight away in case we lose value. Wasn't the first step on the inventory cleaning video to open TP and sell everything you can? That was not my first step. Ah, now some infusions. I kind of want to stack those in the bank as well. Ice Brood Slaying is still at 66. That's quite funny. The reason I have that is because when I was doing strike missions, I was swapping the sigils based on which strike it was. Because it was free to swap. You can put out a little bit more pressure by doing that. When I did the inventory cleaning, someone said, doesn't your mail carrier annoy you? You see all these quaggin floating by with balloons? Foo! 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 I'll repeat the noise after every time. Now, she's got loads of sweet and spicy butternut. I mean, I'll keep that. That doesn't matter to me. The mail carrier's already annoyed you with its jingle. It's character bound, isn't it? Anyway, whichever one I do. So, I mean, I don't know why they're all on the aviator quaggin. What would you rather? The exalted mail carrier? It's just over and over and over again. The thing is, when I record, I have the game very, very low volume, so it doesn't like echo back into the mic or whatever. So I miss out on it. That's why sometimes you'll see I do a video or something, and I'm aggravatingly standing right next to like a waypoint that's making too much noise. Fireworks. More fireworks. More fireworks. Top 10 reasons you dislike quaggins. Is that it really that gets in there? Alright. So let's salvage that down. So I just saw an item in here, the Chatoyan tonic. Now I can't remember. Can we buy this from everywhere? Oh, it's on the TP. But how expensive are they on the TP? They're cheap as fuck. Okay, fine. I was gonna do a challenge, by the way, to beat the game as this, because it turns you into like a little cat and it zooms your camera in, and you actually do get to fight. You get like special cat skills, but you can actually do damage, and you can take damage, and you have a heal skill. And I thought maybe a cool challenge. You remember the day I did like the ultimate hardcore silly thing? I kind of wanted to do that, the Chatoya thing, but it was too hard. I mean, it is rough as a cat. You can't really. You can do well in early game zones, but late game zones, it's very difficult. And I don't think it's possible. I don't even think you can get very far. So. Yeah, and also there's no play to it either. There's no playmaking at all, because it's a pure melee thing. So it's not like you can really LOS in any great ways or kite in any great ways. I don't know. Maybe there's like something tricksy you can do with it, but it would be not only very hard and very slow, it would just be boring, because you get basically one button where you stack bleed on an enemy. And then the skill 2 is like such a long cast time or something, you basically would never use it. Alright, sweet bean buns, shovels. I think I'm at my limit. I think after this character, I'm not going to clean anyone else. I think I'm at my... This is just... honestly, I'm not having fun. Ornate keys. Random fucking ascended stuff. Tokens that I kind of want to hold on to the next Lunar New Year. These, which I missed from the TP. WP, if you were in Colin's shoes and you had to decide what to do after End of Dragons, what would your choice be? New story, where and what, remastering core zones and personal story. I would dedicate the first while of Living World to wrapping up End of Dragons story. And then I would dedicate... I would go a season of Living World into an expansion. And what I would do is I'd have the first half of that season wrapping up End of Dragons story. The second half of that season returns to a previous story, like the Nightmare Court or the Wizard's Tower or whatever. It doesn't have to be a big outstanding mystery, but something that got gypped. The Awakened or something, and the Bone Palace, right? Whatever you want, pick one. And what you do is that becomes the story, and it's a bit of a head scratcher, like, okay, we're dealing with this, where's this going? And then it's like, oh, boom, mind blow moment, and wow, there's an expansion coming out of this. And then that's the next X-Pack. So it like naturally segues. You do the service to End of Dragons, and then you do the service to building into the next expansion, which you're doing in tandem. Your exposition and your entrance into the next expansion is being handled in tandem with other subject material. So that's what I would do. And if you want me to be more specific, well, it doesn't matter. I'm sure they can do an entertaining story. It's all in the execution after that. It doesn't matter. But that's where I would aim at. And I would try not to do too much at once. Maybe you can squeeze in 2 topics. Maybe you can do Duchess Chrysantha and the Wizard's Tower. Or maybe you can deal with the Crystal Bloom and Newt Whitebeard's missing wife or whatever. Maybe you can do that. But I'd keep that would be my broad ambition straight away. I'd have everyone pretty set on that. Wrapping up in point 1 to point 3 and then set up the next X back in point 4 and point 5. I mean, you're doing a Final Fantasy thing there. Guild Wars, I assume, would do 6 episodes before the next full-blown expansion. I mean, it's rich for me to sit here and say, oh, I'd just push him back to the POF Golden Era thing, right? Where it's Heart of Thorns Season 3 POF. That's brilliant. It's rich for me to sit here and say, just go back to that. But who knows? Maybe that wasn't economically viable or whatever, because clearly they had other plans after they pushed POF out. So maybe it's impossible, you know. At the end of the day, I can't be in those shoes because I don't have any of that information. And no one really does, so we just got to sort of sit in the boat and ride the rapids. But the other thing I would do as well is I would make sure each patch caters to the casual story enthusiasts and the hardcore progression-minded people. Every patch needs that double attack. There has to be a Strike CM or a Fractal, hopefully both. You should do some 5-man content and some 10-man content, I think. You should be firing on all cylinders for each thing. And if that means cutting back on voice acting or cutting back on, you know, if it means going back to like Bloodstone Fen instead of Sandswept Isles in terms of map size and stuff. I mean, I don't know what the massive hang up is really, but if it means cutting back in other places, those are the fundamentals, you know. There needs to be some like thing where it's like, okay, the patch has to deliver this. See, I always think there's this quote from ArenaNet back after when Bloodstone Fen came out. They added a map, when Ember Bay came out it was. They had done a map with Bloodstone Fen, and then they did a bigger map with Ember Bay. Do you guys remember? Season 3. And they said... Because up until that point, Living World didn't mean a map every episode. But during Season 2, there wasn't a map every episode. There might have been an expansion to the map, or the meta, or whatever. There wasn't a map every episode. And in in the Dry Top stuff, there wasn't. And in Season 1, there wasn't. But when we got to Ember Bay... It was like for Season 3 they were setting up a precedent now. because they'd added a map with Bloodstone Fen, and now they were adding another map straight away. And I remember them being asked about that, and they said, well, it's not planned to do a map every episode. If we think we can do it and it looks fun, we're going to do it. But it's not, this isn't something we want you guys to expect. They basically said that right as Ember Bay came out. And then what happened? They kept finding they were able to do maps, I guess, and they went with it, and they went with it, and now it's like, now it's like this big thing. But to me, that's not how Living World has to look. When it's fundamentals, is a new map fundamental, or is getting some 10-man content out there and some 5-man content out there, and a lengthy, decent story where we can actually connect and do justice to the subject material? Are those surely not the fundamentals? I think those are. I also, by the way, think a new legendary weapon was a fundamental. Nowadays, not so much, but during Season 3, I think it was. During Season 4, I think it should have been as well. It should have been a legendary mount each episode. How fucking good would that have been? It should have been a legendary mount each time a new Living World patch came in and people grinded long term to collect that. That's player retention. That's building a fandom. That's not burning people. But instead, you know, we get maps like Corner and Istan, which honestly I don't think were that fascinating to explore. Oh, you also got Jahai, don't get me wrong. Which was, you know, there's some variance in there. Right, so that's my attempt to have a conversation about Guild Wars while cleaning, and it clearly didn't go very well. Right, sell junk. Essence of jellyfish, just go away. Why do I have essence of jellyfish? Was this from the tonic video? Did I ever make that tonic video? I don't think I did I? Wrapped gift, go away. Why are there still... What's going on here? I thought I sold everything at the TP. Oh, I kept the koi cakes because I like koi cake. I think that's what happened. Orion sea urchin, go away. Undersea fillet, go away. Why have I got those in my bank, by the way? I just saw that. Tar elemental core. Why are you making me type it? I don't know. Go away. Rune of the Vine. Dragon Bash fireworks. Soulbound. Go away. I drag and dropped that so violently there, I dragged it onto my other monitor over chat. Because I remember WP said something about the Pyrite Peninsula being colossal compared to what it is in game. It'd be interesting to see how it would look true to lore. Yeah, well, no, just the whole game in general is in that situation, you know. The in-game representation of the lore that's trying to be depicted is obviously smaller, you know. Krita isn't the size of... Like, what do we think Krita is the size of? I imagine it to be like the size of France or Germany or something. But you can travel across Krita in 3 minutes, you know. You can't travel across Germany in 3 minutes, can you? By any mode of transportation. So, I mean, to a certain degree, that's always true. It's just I want you to consider that in mind when you think about the Pyrite Peninsula. And that it is this vast expanse. I mean, it's a peninsula in ore, you know. It's a huge territory. Representing large swathes of theoretically golden land. Like, the waypoint in there is called the Weldwood, which I think is really interesting too. Think of that as a whole forest that or a whole woodland that the Orions came to know. When we go there, it's like nothing. But yeah. Why have I got those things in my bank? I've got a couple of those in my bank. Steak with winterberry sauce. Underworld Shadow only has value as a part of a collection. Collection I assume I have done. So let's sell. Bone Skinner's Totem. Don't I craft that up into the Ascended one? Because I don't actually have that skin yet. Yeah, the Empowered one. It's 45 Ritual Vials. I have 250 in the bank and another 80 here. 5 Amalgamated Draconic Lodestones and a Gift of Blood. Sorry, a Gift of Bones. It's soulbound, so I'll keep it. I'll keep it. Sharpening Skulls I'll keep. More fire? What the fuck? Fortune Shining Aureate Charm. It's pretty obvious though it was Dragon Bash when I was last on this character, isn't it? Okay, trinkets, trinkets, trinkets. They all look like Sinister right now, which makes me very happy. Because there's actually some rhyme or reason to it. Oh, the bone skinner's rib. I did get one of the skins. I got the scepter. Which one's this? The focus. So we can work on that later. Sinister. A Condi greatsword. I mean, look at this. Look at this Condi greatsword. When did I last play Condi Reaper in PvE? I mean, really? What is this, for Nightfall spam or something? What would you define as a legendary mount, WP? Basically, any of the 2,000 gem mounts that they made and chose to sell through the gem store instead of in-game. I don't know how much money they earned as a quick flash in the pan. With, like, say, for example, the Umbral Demon. Right? Stuff like this. I don't know how much they made, but I think this could have been a legend. It can't be now because they've set the bar is too high. Does that make sense? They went too shiny and too flashy with all of them, so they don't really stand out. I still think legendary mounts are possible if they just figure out one special thing. Like the equivalent of footsteps, but for mounts, whatever that would be. I mean, we already have ludicrous trail effects and stuff on some of them, like the branded roller beetle. So if they can find that special thing, maybe they can make it work, you know. But so at this point, I don't know. I think it would be a lot harder now. But I think if they if they were careful and they were precise and they thought about it, that was a way to go through the POF era. Probably would have meant a lot more player retention, but then they're getting less money from the gem store from those players, so I don't know. I mean, I assume they have the economies under their own eyes and they know what the truth is, and the truth is that the way they did it is the best way to get money. But I don't know, it's one of those things where it kind of feels like they threw away some cool game systems to keep the studio going while they develop games behind the scenes that we never get to see. Summer Light, what is this from? Wow, that's cool. What is this from? Let's wiki it. The Summer Light. Oh, it was one of the Dragon Bash Holbrack things. There's no trivia or anything about it. So I guess it's just later. I have the skin. The legendary mount can shit on command. Yeah, I mean, but you might be. It might be something like that, where it's like you have a button that makes it do something. Maybe it plays animations. Maybe you can emote on a legendary mount. Maybe I don't know. When I was playing Final Fantasy, I was talking about the idea that minis can ride with you on your mount or something. Maybe it's something like that. I don't know. They could look into it. Right now, I'm very dissatisfied and not excited about the idea of legendaries in End of Dragons, because it's like one set of like glitter, you know. It's like ugh. Not keen on their plans at the moment. I think legendary mounts are a really great place for them to look at, but who knows. Right, so the question now becomes, why do I have a Sinister set that's not in a template? So let's look at our templates. We have a Berserker set, a Viper set, and a Shaman Martial set. So Scourge Healer, Condi, Power. And when I go for Condi, I'm going for Viper, not Sinister. So the truth is that the Sinister stuff should get deposited to the bank as a collection, which I will probably keep for whenever. So what order do I usually go with for these? Oh, this all used to be so clean. It used to be so clean. Look, near here it's still kind of clean. Oh no, there's these. So it's Amulet on the right, back piece on the left, rings at the bottom, and then these two. Okay. And then I definitely want to deposit this. I want to deposit the infusions. The food can go up here with the other consumables, which I'm happy to have on her. Now, what is this? A Zerk Scepter? When would I ever care for a Zerk Scepter on Necro? Sorry, but no, you're on the wrong character. I don't need this. This can go on a Mesmer, or it can go on Ellie. Maybe even there might be a Zerk Spectre build possible. I don't think so though. Okay, so then Zerk Dagger, Viper's Staff, Sinister Torch, Sinister Scepter, Zerk Dagger. We got 2 of them. Oh, this is an Assassin's Dagger, actually. Zerk Staff. Random Bone Skinner items. Oh, this is just so this is so irrelevant now that I have the armory. It's just so... I should just salvage all of this. I should just... Are there any traps I could fall into? Salvaging all this, just reams on reams on reams of ascended gear everywhere. Are there any traps I can fall into? When does the expansion release? February, but no specific day. Is that the case? I assume at the end of February. They should have pushed it back, man. March, April. Hey, Alotis, thanks for the sub. I completely forgot there that I'm streaming, and that's actually something that might happen. Another month, time flies. I heard you might be starting Shadowbringers today, or was that last Monday? Just started watching the VOD. It's actually tomorrow. It's tomorrow Shadowbringers starts, so don't worry. Shadowbringers begins tomorrow. I'm gonna have a YouTube video up in just a couple of hours, if not less, that discusses that. So don't you worry, you haven't missed out on it, but it's tomorrow. And I guarantee you it's tomorrow that it starts. WP, which of the legendary greatswords do you like best? Do you have a legendary tier list? I don't have a legendary weapon tier list. I could do one of those if people want to see that. But I have... probably Twilight is my favourite. I like Twilight. Your sub sound always gets me so ingrained in my head. Yeah, well. That's what it's there for. I always like that. I may have missed a sub earlier as well. Orin, thank you very much. I'm both excited about WP playing Shadowbringers, but I'm also dreading all the nitpicking and chat trying to spoil it through obvious hints. No, I think the vast majority of all the Heaven's Ward and all the Stormblood streams have been pretty linear. We haven't been stopping and scrutinising every little bit. It's only been a couple of scenes that have been like that. I'm recommending salvaging all but the weapons you can dual wield. Why do you suggest leaving the ones you can dual wield? I think she's clean enough, guys. Sorry about sitting here with combat music on the whole time as well. Alright. So, Warrior, Necromancer, Elementalist. They're all sorted. They're all good. Right, so Ranger. Do we do Councillor Yak, the Aetherblade guy, or Packed Flower, who's properly set up to look pretty? And then I have my Thief to look at. And I have... Let's look at my Mesmer here. You guys like Packed Flower? Yeah, I think that's a good idea as well. Oh my lord. Well, I'm standing somewhere appropriate, I suppose. Jesus Christ. Oh! Oh, this is even worse though, because this is my World versus World. This is World versus World stuff. Oh, I can't do this. I can't do this. Look, she's alright. She's clean. She's clean. It's okay. She's clean. I don't have any problems with her inventory. I'm safe in the knowledge that she's fine. Let's just pick up another character and just Let's just see what the damage is like. I wonder if that guy who was here earlier, he complimented my inventory management. I wonder if he's still here. And what he thinks now. Ah! I swear to God, I'm not actually a messy person. I'm genuinely not a messy person. It's Guild Wars' fault. It's not mine. Hacked fleet weapon cache. Ascended box. Bag of luck. Old chemical materials. Liquid karma. Nomad's pearl saver. Karma. Loot. Black lions. No, don't, no, don't fill me up. Bunch of these, bunch of this shit. I think instead of trying to do this all in one day, I spread it over the 3 months. The end of Dragons preparation. The problem is then I'll pick up one of these characters randomly, play it a bit, and the inventory will explode again. Give me your password, I'll clean it real quick. One character a day. Even that instills within me a certain dread that I can't quite articulate. A full inventory clear every week. Okay, so I have 48 characters, right? Mike, was that what Mike said earlier? 48 characters? So I think that then that means, how many weeks we got to End of Dragons? An advent calendar. Yeah, but advent calendars are fun. You eat chocolates. One treasure hunting kit. I could stack it with the 400 in the bank. Here I got like prees. Sparny fucking disguises. I'll tell you, avoid Bitterfrost like the plague. Avoid Bitterfrost because you get all these. The exalted portal stone, soulbound. The stone shimmers like translucent gold and teleports you back to the egg chamber in Taria. Oh, that actually had an animation, by the way. You'll clean your inventory and like it. You're no longer allowed to log off a character until you clean its inventory when you're done. Yeah, but that's not how I'm wired. Oh, God. I need to learn to become wired like that, don't I? Look, at least we've got a pleasant place here. Look, it's baby Aureen. Smile at Aureen to show your affection. There you go. Okay, elaborate key. What's all this shit? Ancient burial skins. Why have I got ancient burial skins? Is it because I'm trying to tier them up? Because I never got the collection done with the other ones? Ancient burial pistol skin sold by a couple of karma vendors. Contained in the Raven's gift and the ancient burial weapon skin container. So they're just skins. So I can just delete these, can't I? Don't make me type it. Okay, good. Why was I holding on to these though? I don't know why I've been holding on to these. These are the higher tier versions, the restored ones, right? Well, whatever that plan was, it's well and truly dead now. DED. Sue it. We just get a mail, please don't. Whoa, 5 mails. Oh my God. Great job collecting a new ancient burial weapon. Due to your hard work, I've discovered a new restored burial weapon for you. Really? Oh, look at all these gathering yields. What on earth? They're just unending. I didn't even check this on those other characters. I'm done. I'm done. All I'm going to do is look. I'm just going to check. Who are my other mains? Let's check my rev. I can't do it. I can't do another cycle. I'll hit the easy stuff. I'll do some quick deposit alls or whatever. Thank you for the birthday gift. Okay, he's not so bad. Right? Right, you can't judge me too badly on that. What do I do with this ascended food? Oh, who was I to ever do a new player guide about inventory cleaning? Who do I think I am? It's disgusting, really, isn't it? Just gonna go check, then opens a 320 slot inventory that's full up. No, I think, oh, this music perfectly embodies my mood right now. Here he comes, there's a good bit. Ah! Alright. I love that song, man. That's one of the best songs they've ever done in the game. Oh, so good. They're not even, the chorus isn't even in yet. Alright, the strings there as well. Ooh. Okay, so we pick a ranger now, and we can check the thief, and then I generally can sort of get a sense. Open closet, freeze and tear at the mess, close closet, repeat. Oh, even you? But I never even play you. I never play you. Why do you have Halloween stuff? I shouldn't have opened those. I should have deleted those. This is literally what scared me out of Skyrim years ago. Because my character's inventory ended up like this, and it was just so boring and just agonizing to clean. I was just like, I just stopped playing the game. This is like a teenager's bedroom. I log in to have fun. Cleaning isn't fun. What do you want from me? In real life, with actual adulting, I keep things pretty much in check. But this, I guess I'm meant to feel like all giddy about the reward, right? So I want to quickly squirrel it away or use it or whatever. Or I'm supposed to, you know, have a mind for efficiency, so it's like, I'll sort this out or whatever. But I just want to go on an adventure. Do you know what I mean? Watchwork portal devices. More congealed putrescences. His inventory's honestly not that bad. A Tengu support mark. What should I do with a Tengu support mark? Oh. I do love this build though. Okay, so if that's him, what's... Okay, she must have a clean inventory then. Because what have I ever done on this character? This is going to be a clean... I guarantee you this is going to be a clean inventory. This one's going to be fine. Alright, it'll be maybe there'll be a little bit of... Oh, we don't even get to see because I've crashed. Alright, hold on. Literally crashed out of the game there. Saved by the bell. It's okay. Oh, you wanted me to use the portal and see where I end up. That was a good idea. Sorry. That specific inventory was too much. No, I'm telling you guys, that inventory is clean. Basically, I set up that aesthetic, and I've hardly touched the character ever. So, here we go. Round 2. DirectX 12 beta boogaloo. Sorry, DirectX 11. WP. Would you be up for the idea that after End of Dragons we get a Season 6, but after that we get a complete game content expansion size... Sorry, after that we get a complete game content expansion size, meaning they'll take the same amount of time to give for expansion, but we get all we're missing. Season 1, voice for Season 2. What do you mean voice for Season 2? SAB 2 and 3, new user interface, more love for PvP and so on. Then Season 7, then another expansion pack. Just make the game whole. You're talking about like a maintenance patch. You're talking about a maintenance expansion. Look, I think if the game was in a healthier place, they could do that. What do I mean by that? I mean, I'm sorry to talk about Final Fantasy so much, but Final Fantasy could do that after Endwalker here. They're on such a high, and they've driven the story to such heights, and they've pulled off on their master plan so well, and they've got so many fans and so much, you know, good faith and so on, and so much content that they could dedicate a year and a half of production to just propping up game systems, blah, 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 blah. I don't even get the sense they'd need to make that compromise over there, to be honest, but they could get away with that. For Guild Wars, I feel like another stall, so to speak. We've basically had about 4 years of stalling here. There's been stalling, stop starting, and there's never been a coherent, you know. So I think that would be mistimed for this franchise. All right, here you go. See, look, it's clean. See, I love the idea. I do want to be clear. I love the idea. I just don't know. I mean, if they had that plan, then I would expect to see a lot of very, very well set up reward schemes and end game content in End of Dragons, so that it can bear the time taken, you know. If End of Dragons is even better than Heart of Thorns was in terms of like retention and player incentive to keep going, blah 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 blah. If all of that occurs, then maybe they could figure it out. But I don't think that's End of Dragons' ambition, is it? I mean, maybe it is. Maybe they've got that plan. I think it would be very good for the game. I think Guild Wars seriously struggles for not having had a maintenance patch for so long. But so that's one thing, though. Do I believe just in a maintenance patch in general? Does it have to be a year and a half? Does it have to be expansion-sized maintenance patch? What about a maintenance patch that takes less than that? Well, that I think there's more space for. I don't know why I have packed runes here, but I'll go for it. So, yeah, I think it is a good idea. It's just finding whatever the right middle ground is for it, and I don't know what that is. Because again, like I'm not the student. I'm sorry. It sucks to talk about these topics really when we're in the community because we're just left in the dark. You know, we don't know. We don't know. We used to get feature packs, but there was no content at that time. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think feature packs are quite good. I really do, looking back. But I can also see why they were kind of controversial. Like, feature pack 2 was very controversial. I mean, Mike of everyone knows that. Ow. So wait, what am I trying to do? Sell this Tengu mark. Mike was one of the most outspoken people I know who was not happy with feature pack 2 and all the like new player stuff that came in. And so it's like when you talk about that kind of stuff, we sit here imagining it's all going to be perfect and brilliant, because we're never short of ideas, are we? We sort of get that, but you never know what ArenaNet would do with it. They actually open themselves up to vulnerability, messing with earlier stuff people have grown to love, stuff people have grown to believe is you know fundamental to the nature of Guild Wars 2. Look at that, beautiful, clean inventory. You know, because there's all these wacky wrong ideas that the user base has now about what this game is or what it's trying to be. You know, in terms of like, is it meant to be a casual game and all that kind of shit. Hey, the thief isn't too bad either. So I mean, I don't know. It's a risk. It's a risk because it might blow back in your face, but not just that. It's a risk because it might do nothing. You know, you risk spending development time on lateral moves. You risk spending time making things that replace or tweak what was already there. And all the costs for that development, all the time for implementing it and conceiving it, if it's not actually of a benefit once all is said and done, then you've just wasted all that time. You've gone nowhere. And that's a failure too. That's an opportunity cost loss. And that's, you know, that's a difficult thing. Express is such a weird thing to do. That's difficult to imagine when we just armchair dev and imagine shit. But, you know, so I don't know. Maybe feature packs aren't the way. Maybe a maintenance patch isn't the way. But I think there's a lot of broken stuff about Guild Wars. I think there's a lot of really, 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 like, foobarred stuff. And in a lot of ways, I sort of get the impulse to go to, like, a Guild Wars 3 or something far away. Or make a June MMO. I don't really get the impulse for making a mobile game beyond, hey, there's a big market here. That feels like a bit... I don't know where the passion was there. Unless it was like Magic the Gathering style thing. But I bet it was going to be like an auto battler. From the concept art, it looked like it was going to be an auto battler, didn't it? So I don't really know. I don't know where they were going on that one. So let's see here. Runic Slayer breastplate. I'm not going to need it because it's medium. I could have salvaged it, I suppose. Sell the Sigil of Accuracy. 3 silver for a Sigil of Accuracy. I believe once they're done with DirectX 11, they need to pour that manpower into rewriting code for the UI so they can facilitate future development, considering they are committing to Guild Wars 2 long term again. And UI holds back their development cycle a lot. Oh, what makes you say that? UI holds their development cycle back. In what way is that true? I've never really heard any of that expressed. Is that a fact, is it? What's what are you citing there when you say that? But I mean, yeah, DirectX 11 is kind of a maintenance patch style thing. I think, yeah. And, you know, actually, it really excites me that as soon as we hear all these big announcements about management and stuff, that they've immediately gone with DirectX 11, which was a brilliant move, you know. DirectX 11, World versus World alliances, Legendary Armory, all those things were sudden big hitting things. It's like, okay, we're coming in and, I don't want to say righting the ship, but, you know, along those lines. I think that the armory was a complete misfire, but the ambition and stuff, I think the ambition was gold. So, and certainly with the other things, the ambition was gold. So there's no consume all here on these bundles of loot, and they are core tier XP, but whatever. Okay, so Grand Sun Catcher, whatever. Let's just salvage this shit. Zephyrite Focus, salvage. Chain Whip Sword. So this is actually very clean as an inventory. It's just weapons, some bullshit food, and 2 unsalvageable exotic backpacks, of which the skins I already have. That's very clean. I must have cleaned that out before and not really played it. I mean, that shows how little I'm on my thief. What have we got for templates? There's a Berserker template. How comes he has 961? Oh, because it's two-handed? No, because it's main hand, offhand. Yeah. You get +1 attribute by being main hand, offhand, by the way, instead of two-handed. And then it's an empty template. I mean, yeah, wow. He's really got very little going on. But he looks cool, by the way, don't you guys think? This was another commie outfit. It's been expressed often how the UI has given them issues, especially for PvP World versus World. Ben himself said how the UI is causing issues for 10v10 stuff that they've been working on. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, I sort of get what you mean. Look, I mean, we're at the point now with community speculation where we're not even in fun speculation anymore, are we? We're speculating what they, behind closed doors, should first work on to help them develop stuff faster. I mean, that's an interesting conversation to me. But, I mean, again, it's like, are we equipped to talk about that? Probably not. Alright. So, all these other characters, I'm like not going to worry about, but leave on the account because... especially the LP characters. But leave them because... what else am I going to do with the slots? I'd really love a block grid. So we have the big 8 here. Or 9 because I have 2 rangers and I don't know what I'm doing in those terms. But then I also do have 2 Ellies. I kind of want to have this human female Ellie. Where is she? This lady. This is Azaric. This is who I played in POF on my first run through. This because I did a whole new character because I wanted like a totally fresh experience. Didn't quite work out because of the whole gliding thing. And in End of Dragons, it's not going to work out again. I don't think there's... oh, there is a random... there are some ascended items on them. Inventory's fairly clean. In fact, I'd say very clean. And a couple of ascended items, again, which don't need to exist, really. But I don't know, what do you guys think? Black Mage Liss or like a cool fucking fiery... and look, she looks Canthan. Another game director once said, your player base is usually good at identifying the problems of your game. They're usually not good at coming up with solutions for them, but that's fine because that's our job as devs. That's kind of a dangerous quote, though, to me. I don't like that quote because what that basically is encouraging is just noise making amongst the community. It's just complain about what you don't like. Don't put... like, there's a million ways that a studio could solve a thing, and I think that if you've got concepts for how to solve a thing, you should give them, because they might completely misunderstand, or I don't know. I don't like the idea that, like, you're absolved from going any further other than whining about what you don't like. Do you get what I mean? And I know that that's not what you're specifically saying, but it's almost like that quote is, like, almost... that's, like, the endorsement. I don't know whether I really get that. Hold on, is that a scepter? It's outrageously long. You've never seen it before? Yeah, it's from Core as well. That's not even a gem store thing. It's from Core. And the other thing I have with this is oh no, it's a torch, isn't it? And I can't use it. Oh, catalyst. Oh, I'm so uninterested in the catalyst. Oh, can I do some noise making? For fuck's sake. They should have done a bow of either variety, or they should have done a torch. It's a Guild Wars 1 weapon. Yeah, it's a flaming scepter mage thing, right? But it's very big. It's called Ember Glow, if you guys want it. Elemental arrows. Come on, WP, let it all out. I don't know, man. Alright, do you know what, guys? To tell you the truth, I'm actually fairly satisfied there. So I wrote in my notepad here, deal with all mails, clean all inventories, clean bank, clean shared inventory, decide on characters and builds. That was what I wanted to do. Now, I've definitely skipped out on some characters stuff. So I think we'll come back to those later. But, yeah. I think I'll leave that there. What do you guys think about this stream? Was this a shit stream? This is basically just conversation about things we constantly have conversation about. While I clean inventories. I mean, this is... but I mean, all that was going to happen was I was going to do this quietly on my lonesome anyway, right? Because it has to be done. So I figured, why not stream it? It's sort of the end of the day for me. So. The worst content you've ever seen. You missed 99% of it. Well, you didn't miss much. I mean, it was a crazy weird hour of the day to stream as well, but there you have it. Good backdrop while working. By the way, if you find anything worth a few hundred gold on the TP, I take it gladly and dispose of it for you. Okay, I'll let you know. Yeah, I think I've got an alright cushion of gold as well, 72. Start slowly working on legendary armor. Maybe I just start doing skirmish tickets in Wild vs. Wild again. Get on my Mesmer and start grinding them out. End of the day, looks at clock, 12 PM. Yeah, my sleep is fucked. I don't know what to tell you. It's fucked. So that's it. That's it for today, I think, guys. You got through your breakfast and coffee with it, so it's a good stream in my book. I used to do this. I used to do morning streams. They used to be called Potatoes for Breakfast. Back in the Heart of Thorns era. Alright. Can we see your Guilders 2 efficiency? What do you want to see about it? I do an account tour at the end of every other year. Last year I did one. Type Wood and Potatoes account tour in, and you'll see all the progress and stuff on my account. Can I just encourage you guys, head on over to YouTube. I've done 2 videos in the past 24 hours, and there's a third one I'm going to post in like a couple of seconds. If you're a Final Fantasy fan especially, definitely one to watch. In fact, you guys just want me to post it here now? I'll just post it now. Ready? Visibility. Public. There you go. It's got a weird thumbnail, but whatever. So yeah, you guys can check that out, and that basically talks about how Shadowbringers is tomorrow. I do have the binding coils to do as well, so I'm going to try and squeeze in a little stream, hopefully this evening. I'm going to go to sleep, wake up, quick little stream on the twisting coils, and then whatever till Tuesday. So yeah, there you have it. Thank you guys. Please don't hesitate to drop comments and stuff. I am constantly looking for them, and yeah, I'll be around after I wake up. Thanks, guys. Thanks for keeping me company. Thanks for the cool questions, and I'll see you in the next one very soon. Ta-ta now. Are there Shadowbringers spoilers? No, I've never played it, so I can't offer any spoilers because I don't know any. Bye bye.